time it is. Yeah. Good.
From one Lou High to another, we welcome you here to Lutheran High School of St. Peters, Missouri here. We are just excited for the kickoff of this great rivalry that we've had over the last 3 years. We come to you live, as I just said. The Cougars are ready to take on Parker, Colorado. They've come all the way from Denver, Colorado, just south of Denver, Colorado, all the way to St. Peters to play today. And this is just one of those games that we have an awesome time with. And I'm here with my buddies, Mr. Caleb, Mr. Doug Kuhlman. I'm Brian Bradensteiner. Welcome to another season of Lutheran High football. Doug, what do you got this year, buddy?
Well, I'll tell you what, it was a little cooler when we played this game out in Parker last year. Had a little rain come down on us at halftime, and now here we are. Heat index is high. We pushed the game back a little bit, and I think we're about ready to have a great game tonight, Brian.
You know, I would agree with you. This breeze doesn't feel too bad when you're up about 50 stories high and looking down upon the field here. This is awesome. And, 110 was the heat index as I was driving here this evening. Good call pushing this back. Caleb, what do you think about tonight?
I think we've got definitely an interesting game tonight. A lot of questions that are going to be answered this evening in week one. We've got obviously a new look offense to the Lutheran High Cougars, some new faces at some key positions, and then we've got the visitors coming in town trying to get a little bit of retribution from the last 2 years. So I think we've got a big night ahead of us.
Yeah, it was interesting. We were talking before the game started, and Doug, what were you saying? Something about the last two meetings we've had, the person who's lost, what'd they do?
I'll tell you what, they went all the way to the state championship football game. So, last year we got the better of Lutheran Parker, and then Parker went to the state championship game, whereas the year before Parker came here, beat us on our field, and we went to the state championship game. So the winner of this bodes well in the postseason, that's for sure.
There's no losers tonight.
Yeah, there you go, absolutely.
We're all winners. As we wait for the towing costs, we have all of our captains out there tonight. Caleb Mays, number 23. We also have number 11, Jackson Bethany, number 7, Jamar Cross, and number 12, Jacob Fieberkorn. And it looks like we're going to have the kickoff toward the school building tonight. Let's hope these boys can go out there, play a tough game, play a great game, have great sportsmanship. And in case you're wondering, you will not hear the PA system tonight. I think the hot sun has fried some cords, so we're going to let that be tonight. We're going to be live, and we're going to have fun. What do you think, Caleb?
Well, we'll dust the cobwebs off from last year's finish to the season. I think looking at the crowd tonight, they're ready to go. We've got the student section out here in a whiteout situation for week one, so that never hurts when you have the home field, and that should be something we mentioned too. The students, the players are out here full force in week one, knowing that there's only 3 home games this year for the Lutheran High Cougars.
Yeah, I'll tell you, when you only have those 3, you're going to have one as your opening game, you're going to have a homecoming, and you're going to have a senior night, and there's not much more there until the playoffs. So got to kind of savor them up here, especially for those seniors. You get these 3 home games, you have 6 on the road. So
not bad with the Lutheran Cougars last year. They were 6-4. They went all the way to the district finals, had a little bit of a hiccup there, were kicked out of the district finals. And the Lutheran High from Parker, Colorado, they were 11-3. They went all the way to the title game, lost in the title game, but ended up 11-3. I'm going to say they're going to have a pretty good team this year. They've had lots of returning players. They have do you realize that the points for with Lutheran Parker, Colorado, was 551 last year. They scored 551 points, and they gave up 210.
And how many of those were to the Lutheran High Cougars? I can't remember what
16.
Yeah, I was going to say, not many.
Yeah,
not many.
They had a strong defense.
Very strong defense. You know, it's a fun game. And you talk about their coach. Talk about Stephen Robbins. I've known Stephen a long time. I've known the Robbins family a very, very long time. A great family. Not only a great football family, just a great Christian family, and have done a lot of things in Lutheran schools across our nation here, from mom and dad all the way down to the kids. And I'll tell you what, I'm excited to have Stephen and his staff here, and his wife Rochelle, the athletic administrator, and it's just a fun environment to be able to put these two Lutheran High football teams against each other again.
Boy, you bet. There's no doubt about that. And I say 16. We won last year, 26-16. So the Lutheran Cougars actually scored 26 points on this tough defense for Parker, Colorado. And here we are. Number 1 is back for Parker, and we have Joe Cicio. You're going to hear that name a lot. We also have number 1 for the Cougars kicking off, Andon Hyde, and he's going to kick toward the school into the wind. And we'll see what happens as we get ready to go. And here we go. Short kick, number 3 is taking it. Ben Herbeck, he's going up to the left side, cuts it back to the middle, has a big hole. He's got some room, makes it all the way out to the 33-yard line before, as I like to say, a gaggle of Cougars stopped him. We will fact check that. It's actually a pride of Cougars, but we will go on.
We're going to say gaggle because we like it. And, folks, I'll tell you what, those of you watching from Parker or from Denver or anywhere in our United States of America or beyond tonight, if we say anything and we mispronounce a name, we want to know. I want you to text us up here in the booth. That is in the lower right-hand corner of your screen, 314-497-3014. Once again, 314-497-3014. We also want to get shout-outs tonight. We love, Caleb and Brian and I would love to get shout-outs to your favorite Cougar or your favorite Lion. So a lot of guys watching, a lot of gals watching tonight. Let us know how it's going. We appreciate it.
Looks like we had a little laundry on the field there, Brian. A illegal block in the back, so that great return on the short kick is going to get taken back a little ways.
And that's okay. We'll take it. And, hey, you start the season off, you might as well get the first hanky out of the way, right?
Everybody might be a little rusty in week 1.
Yeah, that happens. That happens. Here tonight we have Riken Dukard. He's a junior. Number 16 is the quarterback, and he's lined up in a shotgun. He hands it off right up the middle. Boy, hard run all the way up to the 24, 25-yard line. Looks like that might have been Cicio. Actually, we'll check that. That was Cole Johnson with the first carry of the season. Wow, quick snap again. They try to sneak us and ended up getting a couple of yards there. First down. They're going to move the chains here.
And that's one thing that we've seen, though, Lutheran Parker here. They just have this high-octane offense, and they're just a go, go, go. And Coach Stephen Robbins has them doing that from the first couple of plays, Brian and Caleb.
Absolutely. Boy, they pretty much sniffed that one out as Cole Johnson tried to bounce to the outside, was met with a whole bunch of Cougars. Looks like number 55, Isaiah Rubio, led the way, and we do have a yellow hanky on the field.
This is one thing to watch with their high-speed and high-tempo offense with this heat, to see who can survive and have the endurance to carry forward through the night.
Well, the Cougars made it. Great point, Caleb. Cougars made a nice stop there on that first down run, getting nothing, give up that 15-yard penalty on a face mask, so now it puts the Lions in operation here on the 42-yard line.
And here we go once again. We have the quarterback, Riken Dukard. He's in shotgun. He has 2 wide receivers to his left side and 2 to the far side. He's looking to throw to left down deep. He's got a man open. Great pitch and catch all the way down to the 27-yard line. Number 9 for the Cougars, Evan Norwood, brings the tackle down, but we had Joe Cicio with a great leaping catch.
Cicio definitely high-pointed that ball and got to where it needed, and it left the defender a little bit speechless. He didn't know which way to turn.
And we have a handoff up to the left side, trying to bounce to the outside. Didn't get very far, but Cole Johnson, once again, sounds like he's going to have a lot of carries tonight, gentlemen.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tick Cross made a nice play there in the backfield. We're going to need him to make a few of those, just like he did last year, picking that pass off, returning it for a touchdown.
You mentioned Tick Cross. How did he get that nickname, Doug?
Well, I tell you what, I was doing the Cougar defense or doing the devotion here a couple days ago, and I was able to tell that story. So, his folks and his grandparents love watching him play. And his grandpa told him one time, "Hey, I tell you what, people are going to pay money to watch you play, and here he is, tickets. They're going to buy tickets to watch him play."
That's awesome. Number 2, Cole Johnson, battling hard up the one hole all the way down to the 17-yard line. And this high-octane offense is going right back at it. Dugard is in shotgun, and they have the same formation. They look to hand off once again right up the middle. Cole Johnson gets a couple hard-fought yards.
I'll tell you,
go ahead. Sorry, Caleb, go ahead.
That play before, that was a shoestring tackle that really saved 6, and they just went right back to the house to try it again.
They're going to continue to do this until we can stop it. Cole Johnson up the middle, and touchdown, Lions.
Well, I'll tell you what, they just put their head down and just ran the same play here about 8 times in a row. Some good play calling there. It's, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Exactly, Doug. If I remember correctly, this game started out the same way last year, did it?
Did. You know what? I think it started out the exact same way the last couple of years, actually, where I think the Cougars are kind of shell-shocked because I tell you what, you don't see a team that is as organized in week 1 typically with their no-huddle offense as the Lions are giving us right now. So great offensive look so far for the Lions, Brian and Caleb.
Absolutely. We have Sam Smolin in to kick the extra point. Snaps off kilter. He picks it up. He's trying to run to the outside. He's got a little bit of a lane, but he's going to throw an interception. Extra point is no good. And the Cougars going to receive this next kickoff.
That was a great stand by the Cougars defense. Even on an extra point, they showed some resilience and collapsed that pocket in a hurry.
Yeah, and I'll tell you now the Cougars offense comes back out here, new play caller, so I'm interested to see what coach is going to kind of be able to dial up. New quarterback and a lot of new offensive faces here for the Cougars.
Doug, we have some new sponsors, I would imagine. How about you give them a shout out?
Absolutely. Let's hear a shout out from our silver sponsors here: Athletico Physical Therapy, A&W All-American Food, Car Shield, CertaPro Painters, Melissa Jones, and also our bronze sponsors: AMP Restoration, Anjon Manufacturing, Midas Hospitality, SCS Telecom Supply, Ben-Hur Construction, Palardy Electric, Impression Apparel, the Kyle Hannigan Real Estate Group, Brannicky Hardware, and ProCare Health. Thank you very much for your support of Lutheran High School.
Love the support, and it continues, Doug, not only during the time that some sponsors' children are here or child, but thereafter as well. This has been an awesome, awesome family to be a part of, and it continues. The legacy lives, as I like to say. And here we go. We have Sam Smolin. He's going to be kicking off. Back deep for the Cougars is Caleb Mays. And we also have Jamar Cross at the far side, and they try and do a little pooch kick. I think they learned from us last year. Ball still going. We have Caleb Mays. He's going to the outside, cuts it back up the middle, gains a few yards, makes it all the way to the 27 or 17-yard line. That's exactly where the Cougars will take over 1st and 10.
Well, we got a shout out right here. First of all, former Cougar Keelan LeGrant here. Just want to send a message saying I miss my guys and do what they do great. Jackson Germani, Jay Sean, Tristan, and last but not least, his Sapphires. And I'll tell you what, I got somebody who's calling me a bum up here, so I will say if this is your number, we're just not going to kind of say anything you have to say anymore. So thank you very much from somebody from Parker, Colorado calling me a bum.
Whoa! Must be a St. Charles native.
I'll tell you what.
All right, Andon Hyde is our quarterback for the Cougars. He's in shotgun mode. He has a single receiver to the near side. 2 to the far side. It's handed off right up the middle. Boy, was there a big stop there. Number 3, Santana Barnes, just did not have anywhere to go.
Yeah, no, he really didn't. Their offensive line is going to have to open up some holes. And if you remember the last couple of years, Brian and Caleb both, is Parker's defense just came out and really did a number on the Cougars here early in this game and kind of didn't catch our groove until the second half last couple of years.
You look at that Parker defense running a 3-4. There's some big bodies up on that front 3 that we're going to have to deal with all night. And with Andon, first start here in the varsity level, this is kind of a feel-out drive. He's going to have to get into his groove quick if he wants to keep up with the high-powered offense of Parker.
Absolutely, check that. That was Germani Brown who, on the last play, who gets the next handoff. He's fighting hard to get up the middle. We ended up having number 72 for the Lions, Landon Mrazek. in on the stop. Nice defensive tackle.
As you can hear in the background here, that wind's picking up. Feels pretty good after the long week.
It really does. Didn't have much wind at all here since last week Sunday.
One of my coworkers today says we go from 102 degrees all the way to a wind chill of 90. And mixing it up a little bit. Still have two receivers to the near side, one to the far side. Andon gets the snap. He's looking to go to the right side, down deep. He's got a man open, throws it into coverage, and it's broken up nicely. Joe CCO almost picked that one off.
Well, I tell you what, they had great coverage. Their Lions had a couple guys back there. Tell you what, that's one you might want to see Andon throw that ball a little sooner. It looks like he might have had a step there, but great defensive coverage there from the Lions, Caleb and Brian.
Chris Pirtle really came back to that ball nicely. Almost had a chance there to catch it, even after Andon put it into triple coverage. This is one of those growing pains. I mean, first drive as a varsity quarterback and getting a hard look deep in your own territory on 3rd and long. He did a great job to try and avoid the pressure still.
So it's 4th down and 10. We do have a punt coming. Bad snap over the head. He's scrambling a little bit. He still has room. He's going to look like he wants to throw it, and he's going to throw it deep and almost completed.
Yeah, boy, what a rough play right there. It seemed like it was an okay snap, just a little high slightly, and now Lions are going to take over here in excellent field position inside the red zone already.
I guess that's one pro to having your quarterback as your kicker. That's always a possibility when things go awry, but in that situation, it was a very busted play from the start.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. Boy, a shout out here. Appreciate all the hard work up in the booth coming from Parker. It's really nice to see a great broadcast team and awesome commentators. They are talking about you, too. Thank you, Caleb. Thank you, Brian, for doing a great job. We have fun up here. We have a lot of fun doing this. Thank you very much for that comment.
We do. Thank you very much. It's 1st and 10 for the Lions at the Cougars' 17-yard line. And I tell you, at this high-octane offense, they're going to be able to move this ball the way they did the first drive of the season for them. They're going to have a little bit of fun in this red zone as number 16, Riken Dugard, takes a snap, hands it off right up the middle. Number 30 gets to the left side for a few yards. That's Sawyer Wald, a junior.
Boy, he took that hand off. I did not like how his right knee got bent there when he got tackled. I'm glad to see him pop right up and get ready to go for the 2nd down.
And we do have an injured player on the field right now, and our staff's going to go out and take a look at him, so we have a little bit of a timeout. Doug, I got to ask you something here. We have a CCO on this team now from Parker Lutheran, Colorado. Weren't there 2 of them last year?
Yeah, just say what, somebody can let us know up here in the booth. I'm pretty sure he went to play a little college football, and boy, he was a heck of an athlete. And from what I hear from folks in Parker, just a great young man as well, great family. So love to see what he's doing and hear what he's doing right now. If somebody could let us know, follow his career if he is in fact playing a little college football.
Parker Lutheran High, they've had some recent program success. As it states here, in 2022, they were the state runner-up. They had 17 all-conference players. They had the defensive and offensive player of the year. They had the defensive and offensive lineman of the year. They had the 2023 coach of the year and 9 all-state athletes.
That's incredible. It's awesome. Great numbers.
When you have a program built up like that and a coaching staff like Coach Robbins has put together, it really goes back to the old phrase, you don't rebuild, you reload. It seems like these guys are stacked top to bottom.
Yeah, well, it's starts up top with their leadership at their school, and you have good leadership, and that's get good kids coming into your programs, and you continue to grow the program there in Parker, Colorado. We have another shout-out right here. It says, give a shout-out to Toby Larson from his dad. Thank you very much, Mr. Larson, for catching the action tonight from Parker.
And once again, Riken Dugard is in shotgun. He's got trips to the far side. He's got a single receiver to the near side. Lone back in number 30, Sawyer Wald. They're trying to get the play in from the sidelines, and here we go.
I'd watch this one-on-one coverage down here with Tegan McNellis on the close side. They've kind of been setting up that play the first drive and a half.
And he goes right across the middle. Nice. wide open. Nice little juke move, if you will. Number 3, Ben Herbeck. Touchdown, Lions.
Nice offensive setup right there. I didn't know if they'd keep running the ball there like they had, kind of at will, but good play call by Coach Robbins there.
I had the right idea, the wrong receiver, Doug.
Yep, they did. Got another shout out right here. Or check that. Hey, you guys said if to text if we're saying names wrong, so I wanted to let you know that Riken's last name is pronounced Daugard.
Daugard.
There we go.
Thank
you very much. All right, good deal. Thanks for letting us know. We appreciate that.
And the extra point is no good as far as the attempt is concerned. Where was 7:32 left? 12-0. Visitors on the scoreboard. Parker Lutheran. 2 great drives, opening drives to the season.
Well, in that first one there, they literally went 80-plus yards. The second one here, they only had to go about, 17, 18 yards after that rough fourth down play for the Cougars. It almost turned into a first down. Cougars are going to need to do something here with the football and sustain a drive and not give it right back to the Lions, gentlemen.
Doug, I got to ask, how did this rivalry begin? Is there a connection there somewhere?
Yeah, it was actually former athletic director and myself, Mark Dutzman at Parker, kind of got together here what seems like an eons ago. And in COVID years, I'd say it was probably 3 years ago, but it was probably more like 6 years ago. Mark and I got together and put this on the books. And I tell you what, it has blossomed into a good little rivalry here. Us hosting out here a couple times and us going out to Parker last year. So it's kind of a fun little environment. And from what I understand from Coach Robbins, too, I believe Parker's going to be on the road to another Lutheran High School next year for the opening game of the season.
Oh, very good. And number 23 for the Cougars, Caleb Mays, he's taking the ball back, and he just gets hammered at the 21-yard line, and that's where the Cougars are going to begin their second drive of the season. We'll see what they have here. Doug, got to tell you, we had a little bit of a coaching change this year. Do you have any comments on that?
Yeah, Coach Bethany's is stepping in here as an interim head coach this year, and I tell you what, he's done a great job with these young men kind of getting going in this early season. So I'm excited to see what Melvin, our athletic director, and also interim head coach can do this year with our young men on the football program.
Absolutely. It's good to see. Once again, Andon Hyde is the quarterback. He's in shotgun. He's looking to the right, looking to the left, and here comes the snap. On the count of 3, let's say 1. Nice little stunt up the middle by the inside linebacker. Pass for 2 yards, and number 11 will take it, Jackson Bethany.
That's a confidence booster for Hyde. He's got his timing down there. They brought the house, and he was able to still get that ball out and get it safe into a receiver for, a pretty decent little pickup to get things moving.
Yeah, there's no reason to go fast here. I'll tell you what, when you look over across the way, and Parker has double the amount of kids that the Lutheran Cougars do, there's no need to put your foot on the gas and get that next play called right away.
As Ben Milster runs up to the line, he's ready to snap the ball once again to Andon. And here comes the snap on the count right there. And he's looking left. He's got a nice little quick slant across the middle. Looks like there could have been a little bit of hands on that one, but the ball was just overthrown to Mr. Caleb Mays.
Again, you saw Hyde step up in that pocket and deliver a ball that was on a line just a little bit off on the accuracy, but really had his feet set to look like a snappy throw.
Oh, he did a nice – that was a nice throw. And Caleb's caught so many of those over his career as a Cougar. One exactly – I remember one exactly same play. He caught one, ran for a touchdown in the state championship game, about the exact same spot on the field out there at, Ferret Field? Is that how to pronounce that?
Oh,
did I say that
hurts.
Wrong? Did I say that wrong?
That hurts. Somebody's going to give you a shout-out and say Faroe Field.
For all the Mizzou fans.
It's like all those St. Louis streets. They're all French.
Right, there you go, right?
Chateau, Gravois.
And Andon Hyde, here's the snap. He's looking right. He's got a receiver. He's eluding the tackles that come through, and he has to step out of bounds at the 20-yard line for about a 5-yard loss. It's going to be 4th down and 12.
That was an interesting scramble by Hyde as he showed some confidence in his feet there. He wasn't really backing down from the pressure and stepped right up. That'll be interesting to see how that confidence grows over the night and the rest of the season, too, as the sophomore takes the reins at quarterback.
Another shout out here again from Keelan LeGrand. I tell you what, I love hearing from Keelan. Thank you so much. Says thanks Thanks up in the booth for letting me be honored as one of the shout-outs tonight. Great commentary. Keep it up. Pause up. Hashtag pause up. Gotta love that. Thank you, Keelan. Best of luck to you this year, young man. Best of luck.
Absolutely. It was awesome getting to watch him last year as well. And here's the snap for the punt. And nice little punt, end over end. Lands about the 50-yard line, takes a Cougar roll, and it's continuing to go all the way down to the Lions' 40-yard line. Before it goes out of bounds, it's going to be 1st and 10 Cougars.
Well, I think we might have a water break here, one of these mandatory, the first 4 weeks of the season, but it looks like the officials are going to let them keep going here. We do have another shout-out here. Shout-out to number 77, Keaton Ryman, and I apologize if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Keaton Ryman and the Lions, love watching you play, from Aunt Missy and Uncle Tim. Thank you so much. Appreciate you watching us tonight and watching these two teams battle it out on a Friday night, the opening of the 2023 football season.
And it is going to be 1st and 10 from the Lions' 40-yard line. They are getting a play called in from the sidelines. We do have a back. Cole Johnson is in the backfield, number 2. And we also have the quarterback, Riken Daugard. We'll take that. And here's the snap. It's up. He looks across the middle. Great little slant across the middle, 11-yard pickup. Ben Herbeck. It's going to be 1st and 10 just past midfield, actually right on top of midfield. Quick snap. Handoff to the left side, bouncing off of several defenders and brought down by a whole bunch of Cougars. Number 7's in on that tackle. Tick Cross, and also number 9, Evan Norwood. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was a nice play right there. The Lions have had most of their success when they run straight at the Cougars, straight up the gut. That time there, they tried to bounce it outside, I think because it was kind of clogged up in the middle there. So, if you're the Lions, you want to kind of keep going straight ahead, straight ahead. Looks like we got an injury down the field.
It's one thing to watch tonight. The injuries, as kids are getting dehydrated, it's not only cramps. Those muscles start locking up, and it turns into a much greater problem at different times. So hopefully this is just a simple cramp and go.
Yeah, it looks like he's messing with his knee there, but never want to speculate anything at all.
I'm not a doctor. You are.
Well, not that kind of doctor. Like my mom says, I'm a doctor, but not one that makes a lot of money. So,
Do it all for the love of the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're talking earlier as the injured player down on the field is Isaiah Rubio. He's a stalwart for the defense, and I think he has a brother that does pretty well at the college level, gets to play at Notre Dame, and Gabe Rubio. And last year, October-ish, toward the end of the year, beginning November, a buddy of mine went up to Notre Dame to watch Gabe and got to see his parents there, and give a big shout out to Gabe as he was in on several plays last year at that time. They beat a very, very tough number 4 Clemson, I believe was what they were ranked last year, and Notre Dame just took it to them. It was pretty neat to see.
Well, they get that opportunity for paybacks this year with Clemson, and they've got a tough game with USC, who's ranked pretty high. He's going to have his hands full this year.
Yeah, there is no doubt about that. No doubt. Cole Johnson's the lone back as Daugard gets the snap and takes the handoff right up the middle, as Doug was just saying. Gains a couple of yards. Looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 8.
Looks like Rubio's moving around pretty good down here on the sidelines again. Last winter I sold some furniture on Facebook Marketplace, and I go outside to help load it, and this massive kid comes out of nowhere to help me load it. It's nobody but Rubio there. They had picked it up for Gabe for his college apartment, and I was like, I don't think you need help with this. You're a pretty big guy.
Well, the Cougars, they lined up over the ball.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looked like the right tackle down there made a nice play on defense and then just kind of lined up off sides. That's rough on a 3rd and 8. So now the Lions are much more manageable here, about 3rd and a long 3. I feel like there's a big play, too, right now. You've had the Lions just rolling, doing whatever they wanted. Cougars need to stop here, push to 4th down.
Daugard takes the snap. He's looking right. He's throwing deep to the right. He's got a man open, just short. And we have a flag on the play.
I think that's going to be defensive pass interference. There's definitely a pull down to the ground when 23 can make a play on the ball.
You mean offensive?
Yeah, offensive. I'm sorry. Mays was ready to come back and snag that thing up.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you what I was going to say earlier, too, about Rubio. So I get a text yesterday from Teresa Rubio, owner of Grandma's Cookies.
Yum.
Which is
Great
always yummy,
cookies.
always good here in St. Charles County. And I'll tell you what, and she says, hey, can you send me the link for the broadcast tomorrow? So I don't know what time it is in Ireland, because they're in Ireland today.
Wow.
They're in Ireland. Is it tomorrow already in Ireland? I don't know.
It is, probably.
Pretty close.
So they're getting ready for that Notre Dame game here in Ireland. So that'll be exciting to watch Gabe and watch him tomorrow, number 97. I think he's starting on the D-line tomorrow as a sophomore. So
How exciting with week 0 firing up right away and
Yep.
some good teams in action.
now you accept that penalty here and keep it at 3rd down. So if you decline that, you're at 4th and about a long 3. So now you're at 3rd and about 18, so 19 rather.
Flips the field, too, puts you back on their own 40 versus deep in our territory.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, and here we go. We got fact checked. Trey Ciccio, scholarship to San Jose State. Thank you very, very much. I tell you, I'm a San Jose State fan right now.
I believe
Seriously, I love it.
they're in action tomorrow as well.
You would know. You're the college football guy.
I am the college
You're
football
gonna look that
guy.
up, aren't
I
you?
am,
All
yes.
right, good deal.
Open tabs.
Open tabs. Get the iPhone out.
If I remember correctly, gentlemen, we started on the 40-yard line. The Lions did, and here we are again. Right back at the 40-yard line. We have single back. We got 2 wide receivers, one set to the near side, one set to the far side. They're going deep across the middle. Nice little catch off the fingertips. Didn't bring it in. Number 21, Sam Smolin, almost had plenty of grass to run afterwards, but not quite. Just off his fingertips.
Well, Dalgard felt some pressure there. That pocket collapsed, and it forced him to deliver the ball a little high. Receiver couldn't make a play on it.
Well, we got another shout-out right here as we go to 4th down. Shout-out to number 62, Luke Knowles of Parker Lutheran, from Grandma and Grandpa French from West Point, Nebraska. You know what? I might be related to them.
No.
I'm dead serious. So my mom is well. I'm just gonna ask this person, this individual here. I'm just gonna ask.
Can you
her,
show me your Ancestry.com?
Seriously, right? Well, I'll share that here in a moment.
Is it by a pizza place?
It's in West Point, Nebraska.
All right.
We're gonna get there.
Once again, number 21's got a boot. Sam Smolin, very high kick. We also had a fair catch called, and wisely lets it go. But, wow, did that take a Lions roll? All the way down to the 12, 13-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Cougars, and we need to flip this field once or twice.
We do.
That's an extra 15 yards on the punt.
You know, we've been on this field here, not on the turf necessarily, but on this stadium since October of 2004 was our first football game against Westminster Christian at homecoming, 2004. I have never seen a punt that high. I mean, literally, I've never seen a punt that went 70 yards in the air. That was incredible. I don't think the camera probably couldn't even catch it. It went so high.
Could you imagine what that kick looks like in Parker?
No, that's that
light
light
air.
air, right?
little housekeeping. San Jose State opens tomorrow night, 7 p.m. against those number 6 USC Trojans.
Okay, all right. Well,
Little interstate rivalry.
I don't know if Sissy is going to play offense or defense, but I'd love to see him get a sack on Caleb Williams.
I would like that.
USC fan I am not.
Utah would like that
Hey, here's
too.
a jet sweep across the right side. Caleb Mays, he's still going. He's all the way out to the 23-yard line. Looks like he's going to be close to 1st down, guys.
Brian, that's a play that can really ignite an offense. That jet sweep really charged up our offensive line, and they got downfield in a hurry to help make some blocks.
And that's exactly what it is. 1st down, Cougars. We'll take it from their own 23-yard line. Let's get some more momentum going here, boys, with 4:51 left in the first quarter. The Lions 12 and the Cougars 0.
It's first down of the game right there, too, for the Cougars.
That's exactly right. And once again, Hyde's from the shotgun. He's handing it off, going to the right side. Got a nice little bounce to the outside as Jermani Brown gets a few yards. It's going to be 2nd and 6.
Well, another shout-out right here. We love watching number 1, Joe Ciccio, for the Lions Play Football from Daniel and Josiah. Absolutely. Thank you very much for the shout-out. You know, I do want to share that Grandma and Grandpa French. So my mom is a Howard. That's her maiden name. And my great-grandfather was a French. The French family reunion, I've been to it once or twice in my life, is always in Nebraska. I mean, there's got to be, the French is a common last name, right? But I wonder if I'm related.
That would be cool.
I should text my mom right now.
Mom?
Get out the big book.
Right?
Hyde hands it off right up the middle as tough 2 yards. Number 5, Jermani Brown once again.
Brown running like he's 250 pounds, not 160.
Well, for those of you who are baseball fans from St. Louis, the Cardinals are losing 7-2 right now to the Phillies.
Boy, that never happens.
I can't believe the Cardinals are losing. Are you kidding me? Man, that's not the
surprised.
year it's been.
I'm surprised you knew that they were even playing.
Well, it's Friday night, man. It is football Friday night, so I do kind of lose track of the Cardinals. That and the fact they're have struggled this year, just a wee bit.
Just a wee bit. 3rd and 4 right now as we banter up here in the booth. That might be our new nickname, Bantering Booth. Got a receiver in motion coming to the near side. Hyde's looking to the right side already. They're trying to switch up the play. They better get this snap off here pretty soon. There we go. Andon's looking right. He makes it to the outside to the flats. Nice little run. 22 all the way for the first down. Boy, we will take that, Jay-Sean Richmond.
Yeah, boy, that was a nice – I tell you what, baseball player arm there. You know, he just kind of cocked that sideways and threw that out there. That was a nice play by Andon right there.
It was. I got to say, when that punt happened down there, he threw like he was a shortstop, kind of, Patrick Mahomes-esque.
Yeah, right?
That's our first look at Richmond with the ball, but he looks pretty versatile coming out in the backfield, out into the flat to serve that tight end role. But I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't get a couple carries this season.
That's potential. Absolutely.
As Hyde's looking over the defense, he sets one guy in motion, hits the guy in motion wisely. They land. Well, they didn't land on it. Parker Lutheran picks it up. Number 50's got some room.
Oh, my.
He's heading to the house. He's all the way down to the 5. Touchdown, Parker Lutheran.
That's just miscommunication on the timing there in the backfield.
Yeah, that's rough timing right there. You know, I tell you, you figure that ball should have been snapped a little bit later there. Don't think that looked like it was going to be a jet sweep. Looked like it was going to be a fake motion right there. Boy, and that's rough. Cougars had a nice drive there. Bruin had moved the football here about 40 yards and miscue here.
Absolutely, and if I were number 50, Peyton Garrett, I would be having my hands on the hips too. Young man, great job out there. Great job. It's not easy to scoop a ball up and run. It just isn't.
No, I did a nice job there. You wonder if he woke up this morning and thought, I'm going to get a scoop and score touchdown. I don't think anybody ever thinks that, but that was awesome.
That was very, very awesome. The senior is going to have some memories that he just created tonight here at Lutheran High School in St. Charles County, Missouri. 2:35 left in the first. It's 18-0. Parker Lutheran, they're going for 2. Strategy. Riken Daugard, he's in the shotgun. He gets the snap. He's looking right. He's looking left. Wide open to the right. Wow. Joe Cicio came out of the background, turned around, and had all blue right next to him.
He just came out of the backfield there, leaked on out. Linebacker did not track him there. And, boy, Cougars are now in a pretty big hole here, 20-0 here, with 2.5 minutes still remaining in this first quarter.
When's the water break?
I tell you
what,
maybe they got rid of that rule. I don't know my rule book well enough. You know, it is 483 pages. I didn't read all of them, so maybe they got rid of that rule. You have to have a water break, but
you know, you speak about the defender on that scoop and score. Talking to our counterparts from Parker up here in the booth earlier before the game, they talked about how they just really hadn't experienced this type of humidity and heat. And I said, you guys have light air up there. We have such heavy air here that you might end up waking up with sleep apnea.
Yeah, humidity here is just wild in Missouri. Even for the folks that live in Missouri, this is still pretty wild, you know. You know who we do need to give a shout out here, who's up here in the booth, is our Director of Sports Technology, Brent Gossett.
Hail, hail.
Thank
you.
The
Chief is
very
here.
much. Absolutely.
Brent is the mastermind behind all of this, getting it set up. He has cameras up here. He's got cords all over the place. We have headsets. He has computers. He has, in the middle of plays, he can hit a nice little button and it puts a commercial on as a squib kick. Wisely, the Cougars land on it. Jamar Cross lays down on the football at 45-yard line. 1st and 10 Cougars at probably their best field position of the night.
So far, yeah. Here we go. Another couple shout-outs right here. Trey Cicio, the brother from last year, best kid I've ever met. Pardon me, respectful and talented, running track at San Jose State. Another shout-out right here. Give a shout out to the Abramson boys, Caleb and Eli from Parker Lutheran. From Uncle Brian and Aunt Kim, thank you, and you're doing an awesome job in the booth. I tell you, I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I really
thank you.
Thank you for that. We put a lot of work into this and have a good time doing it, and it starts with our Director of Sports Technology, again, Brent Gossett. You know, he got here at 6:15 this morning to set up. I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
You should have heard the people at home. You should have heard the edicts he was commanding to us before we went live. Don't do this. Don't do that.
Right?
Help me with this. At least give me a heads up when you're going to do this.
Oh, and here's the mandatory water break coming with 2.5 minutes. We got a couple more shout-outs right here, folks. So once again, we just read that one from Uncle Brian and Aunt Kim for the Abramson boys. Let's go Cougars from Damon, Tina, Eric, Brooklyn, Nevaeh, Dunlap. There we go, the Dunlaps. He's state champ.
Nice. We'll take it.
Absolutely. Love when the state champs kind of give a shout-out up here. So thank you very much to the Dunlap family. Absolutely.
Remember that game well. You know, you're talking about sleep apnea. That dry air up in Colorado, I have to admit, I'm throwing somebody under the bus here, and we'll say it'd be me because one of my my sleep mates in Colorado in the same room, he was way across the bedroom. The next morning I wake up, and he was like recording me snoring. And shortly thereafter, a CPAP machine came into my household, and I sleep like a baby.
Well, you know what? It's been said before, but Ann Bradensteiner, your lovely wife, is a genius. So she about got that thing out for you. Once I sent her that text to say, my goodness, your husband snores a lot. I don't know if it was the air. Up in Estes Park for a couple of days. Estes Park's got to be a little higher than Colorado, but not too heck of a much. But had a good time up there visiting Colorado last summer, Brian, didn't we?
Absolutely, no doubt about that.
I got a super fan shout out to Ryan Adams, who watches every week, and another fellow Zion parent there that I wanted to say hi to. He gives me some good notes about how to do this commentary after I already do it. So,
well, that's always good as the Cougars line up, and nice hard fought 4 yards. It looks like up the middle. Had a little cutback, but we gained second down, gained about 4 yards. We'll be 2nd and 6, give or take a little bit.
Another one right here. Watching from Iowa, number 4 on the Lions is a beast. Andrew Long, senior, number 4.
Nice.
Another shout out here. Shout out to Xavier Villarreal, number 24 of the Lutheran Lions. Love Grandma and Grandpa. Campbell from Beverly Hills, Florida. There's a Beverly Hills, Florida?
Wow.
I never knew that.
bet it's nicer than the one in California anymore.
Well, it's a possibility.
Andon
awesome.
Hyde with a nice little gun across the middle. Boy, he's got a cannon on him. Big time first down.
Yeah, that was a nice pitch and catch. Sorry, Caleb.
No, it's all right. There's the Caleb Mays that we've all grown accustomed to seeing there on those slants. He's about as sure-handed as anybody that can step on the field.
So we got first down and 10 for the Cougars inside the Lions territory on the 42-yard line. Andon Hyde once again surveying the field. He's got 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Got a lone back, getting the signal from the sidelines. We do have an up back. And soon we will have a play.
Hey, checking with Coach over there on the sideline.
Absolutely. There's a snap. He's looking right, looking left, getting flush from the pocket. He's got room. He's throwing off his back foot. And looks like we have a flag coming down. That was almost I got a tackle or else it's going to be picked off.
Yeah. Well, as we kind of wait for that flag, another shout out here. Number 44, junior, Isaiah Nagao, and I apologize if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. Please correct me. Another shout out. Shout out to Sam Diet. Oh, I was like, Sam Diet? There's a Sam Diet from Parker? I know a Sam Diet.
I know a Sam Diet, state champion.
Hey, another state champion here. You know, I think that you as a golf coach helped coach Sam Diet to a state champion from his wife. Oh, thank you very much, Lexi. So you are now embarrassing your state champ husband there. Absolutely.
That is awesome.
Here we go, another shout out. So apparently, Mrs. Rubio, again, owner of Grandma's Cookies, wonderful cookies. Go get them if you need to, absolutely. She is watching from Ireland. It is 2:07 a.m. She is watching.
It is indeed tomorrow.
So we were right when we said tomorrow. Well, thank you very much, Mrs. Rubio, for catching the action tonight. Look forward to giving you a big hug when you get back here and say hello. And we look forward to watching Gabe Rubio, number 97 for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, play tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Steal that saying, beat Navy tomorrow.
That's exactly right. Keep sending those pictures on Instagram. Love looking at them. Hyde takes the throw to the outside, and boy, that was sniffed out very, very quickly by number 30 for the Lions. Sawyer Wald ends up tackling our player in the backfield at big-time loss all the way back to the 39-yard line. So I guess we can start singing, "Let's Go Rubio."
Yeah, absolutely.
There we go.
See that anytime you want.
Yeah. I can see her smiling right now and perhaps laughing a little bit.
It's 2:07 a.m. I guarantee she's
no laughing.
You know, no doubt.
Boy, we've got a big hole to climb out of here. We're 29 yards away from a first down marker, and at here at the tail end of the first quarter, we need a little bit of momentum carrying over into the next quarter.
Absolutely do. Down 20-0, down 3 scores already.
Endon Hyde's getting a signal from the sidelines, and we also have number 5, Jermani Brown, as the lone back. Snaps here, looking left, nice little slant across the middle, gets to the line of scrimmage, and boy, there was just nowhere to go at all.
Those linebackers stayed at home, and that there was no room at the end.
Yeah, no room at the end. Hopefully they have a stable, but that was number 24, Xavier Virile.
Did you like that one?
That was very good. I liked it.
Another shout out right here. We are going to go to the end of the first quarter here. We'll have another water break for these young men. I'm sure they need. I need a water break up here. I'm not even playing, you know. Tell you what. But a shout out up here. Shout out to Joe Ciccio, number 1. Mason Kelly, number 11. From grandparents Tony Ciccio in Littleton, Colorado.
Very cool. And at the end of the first quarter, it is 20-0 Lions over your hometown Cougars.
Another shout out to Jeff, the guy behind the camera up on the roof with you guys from Parker. Yeah, we met earlier. Absolutely. Great guy. Absolutely. Awesome. Thank you for that. And these shout outs just keep coming. I love shout outs. I just love shout outs. Thank you very much. Oh my goodness, look at this. We have this game is being watched in Stroud, Gloucestershire, England.
England?
Whoa.
3 countries
Man,
already.
I'll tell you, we are killing it tonight, you know?
Boy, we've got some reach.
By Lutheran Parker's number 52, Cameron Hatton's elder brother, Chris Hatton. And yes, it is tomorrow across the pond, just past 2 a.m. So we were fact-checked. We are correct. We are glad. Thank you very much for catching the action here. Go to another shout-out right here. Thank you very much for the wonderful commentary, guys. To our senior number 42, Jonathan Teeney. We love you. We're proud of you. Love Mom, Dad, and Amara. Thank you very much to the Teeney family catching the action here back from Colorado. Shout out to Keaton McMillan, Go Lions, from family in Arizona and Alabama. I love Alabama.
You do?
I do.
Any certain part? Or?
I don't know, I just love Alabama. I'm going to go with Gulf Shores. How do you not love Gulf Shores?
I drive through there on the way to Pensacola.
Drive through there. You should stop there is where you should do.
They're basically the same, just divided by an imaginary state line.
Yeah, right. That is not true at all. Not true at all. I guess
you know what state I want to see?
What's that?
Really do miss Oregon.
You miss, I'll tell you what, who doesn't miss Oregon?
It's beautiful this time of year. The
Oregon?
waterfalls, the football.
It's beautiful 365 days a year, I've been told.
Yeah. I'd like to try it once. I haven't, but, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, here we're going to get back to the second quarter. We do have a couple more shout-outs here. Shout-out to number 44, Isaiah Nagao, from his family. Go Lions. Absolutely, the Lehigh Lions. Thank you very much. From Parker, Colorado. Here we go. We were talking about that touchdown earlier by Peyton. So his grandparents are checking us out from Loveland, Colorado. Great touchdown, Peyton. Proud of you. Grandparents in Loveland.
That is awesome. And here we go. Third down and a long, long way to go.
Football.
Endon Hyde trips to the right. Single receiver to the left. He's looking left. He's going to flushed out of the pocket to the right side, being chased down from behind. Wow, he put on some afterburners there, did number 5 for Parker, Colorado, John Justice. Wow, he turned it on for a big loss, 4th down and about a mile ago.
That's a big third down stop. I have a feeling that Hyde, we're going to get to see some speed out of him yet, but that just wasn't the play. He didn't have the angle to get around, but you saw the right thought process when the pocket got shut down.
Yeah, you know, pocket collapses like that. You got to either push way up, which he had no space to push up from those big guys up the middle for the Lions. Had to kind of escape out to the right, and I had some good athleticism there. Again, for a young man who didn't play football last year, he's really coming out and impressing me. Got a great arm, good instincts. He's a great athlete.
As the Cougars trying to get lined up here on this punt. Looks like we have all the personnel that we need right now, and number 1 is back, Andon Hyde. And we finally have all 11, and it looks like we're going to have a timeout. All kinds of confusion here on the field. Doug, we were looking just a little bit ago. We had the robotics team has this little machine that they have made, and they're shooting T-shirts out. You think that they have any type of success at all at the state or the country or international level even?
Or the world?
The world!
I'll tell you, our robotics program here started, back here, 12, 13 years ago by the late, God bless him, celebrating up in heaven with his Savior, Dave Zills, and currently also Kevin Scheck. They started that program here with our longtime principal, Larry Marty. Just did a great job, kind of with growing that program now to when you're starting competing for world championships. That's impressive. It's just awesome. It was an interesting story. Last year in the spring, I kind of challenged a few of the robotics kids. I was kind of kidding with them, and I said, guys, gals, what would be really cool, I'd like you to build us a golf ball launcher that we could use at our golf tournament here in August. And I was totally kidding. I was not serious at all. Guess what they had this year at the golf tournament?
440 yards later.
I tell you what, I thought it was 440 yards. Somebody fact-checked me, told me it was actually only 300 and some odd. But nevertheless.
They looked the same to me.
Right? Long ways. It was just awesome. Super, super impressive what the kids put together with the help of their mentors. Just awesome.
That is awesome. And here's the punt. It's up. End over end. Bounces at the 40-yard line. Takes a Lions bounce, which is good. And they try and sneak it, pick it up, and go an extra few yards. Did he? He certainly did.
There. Yeah.
Looks like it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line of the Lions as Cole Johnson was trying to sneak a fast one past the Cougars.
There's another week 1 mistake. I mean, when it starts bouncing back the wrong way, just touch it and kill it right there.
Yep. Because they can pick it up and advance it like that with no problem at all, even if they fumble it. So
it is a game of inches. 3 yards definitely matters.
Totally. Well, it has been interesting here as we kind of tick down first couple minutes of the second quarter to not have a PA system yet. So it is so hot here today that this morning our PA system worked just fine. Our longtime PA announcer, Mr. Jim Clark, checked it out. Everything's pumping away just fine. Then all of a sudden it got hot. And look what happens.
And Dalgard got flushed out of the pocket. And Isaiah Rubio, wow, did he make a nice little sack by the shoestring.
Boy, he busted in and put his big meaty paw on him, and that was enough to take him down.
It was. And Isaiah is just a super fine young man. He likes to play the game of football. It's pretty cool to see. He and his brother both. As the Lions are looking to the sidelines, they're trying to get the play called in here. Dalgard is slowly but surely, methodically. What's that word I used last year, Doug? Surgically?
Surgically, yeah.
Yes.
Good word.
Well, it's not really. Oh, nice. Almost one-handed interception. Wow, that was pretty cool. Number 9 for the Cougars, Evan Norwood, almost came away with a spectacular interception.
Yeah, and Evan Norwood is a kid. I watched his older brother play, and Dad, one of our track coaches here for our state champion girls track and field team. The Norwood family is tremendous athletes, so I expect we see a lot of that out of Evan this year, just making great plays like that. And he almost came up with that one-handed, being drugged down. Nice play.
I know that's we're real early in the second quarter here, a lot of game left, but that is the first decision that was maybe questionable by Dalgard. He's played a flawless game up to this point.
Phenomenal game, absolutely phenomenal game. And this is something we haven't seen the Lions doing here. Looks like they have to take a timeout. It gives us a chance to do some of these shout-outs here, gentlemen. Shout out to the Abramson brothers from their older brother in Shadron, Nebraska. Shadron, Nebraska, home of the Shadron Cobras. And no one knows what that means. That's a fantasy football team that won the championship a couple times in our Lutheran High League. So there you go, Shadron Cobras, Mr. Steinbacher. Another one here. You guys are doing a great job watching from Princeton, West Virginia. Shout out to number 5, John Justice of the Lions from Grandma and Nina. So thank you very much. Catching us from Princeton, West Virginia. I was in Princeton, West Virginia this summer.
Were you really?
I absolutely was. Drove right through it.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful
Yep.
country.
Oh, I loved it. Dude. West Virginia, I've only been there a handful of times. Took my wife and daughters out and visited a few national parks on the way out to the East Coast. And nice little town, Princeton, West Virginia. Awesome.
Was that before or after the swing into Alabama?
I didn't go to Alabama this year, so I
You
missed
didn't drive
Alabama.
through it?
But Alabama, dude, that's south.
If you really like a state.
No, that's ridiculous. You clearly don't know your geography, my friend.
Well, it's south.
Did you get to the Blue
Fair.
Ridge Mountains at least?
We did. And you know where I want to go
The
back to?
Shenandoah River?
I went right through there. Yep, actually went to Shenandoah National Park.
See any nice homes out there in the country?
Yeah, Joe Biden's house in Delaware. I was in Rehoboth Beach.
That's nice.
Seriously, I loved Rehoboth Beach. It was awesome.
Wow.
Yeah,
Sure, it's a nice
really
house.
Cool. Took the ferry across over to New Jersey, went up to Atlantic City. Good little trip.
No gambling?
Of course not.
No.
Big third down here for the Cougars and the Lions, gentlemen.
3rd down and 11. Dalgard looking over the defense. He's got trips to the near side, got a nice little receiver to the far side. This looks like it's going to be a pass across the middle. I'm just going to call it right now. He's going to hit him at the H.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of a zone read here on this close side. And that second receiver in the stack, he's going to have a nice slant to the middle.
And looking left, goes all the way left. Looks like he's going to take it to the house. Joe Ciccio, touchdown Lions.
Tell you what, you put your best receiver right out there and just kind of dare him to not double. Great play call from Coach Robbins.
Well, it certainly was. He went off the ball about 4 yards, cut across, boom. Ball was there right before the H. He took it all the way to the house.
Right slant, wrong side.
Yep.
These guys have definitely got some weapons in that receiving core.
They do.
We've seen him pass around the ball to multiple recipients this evening.
And every time the Cougars make a nice stop or get a good play on offense, kind of just something backfires here, whether it's a penalty or just a rough play. So Cougars had them kind of stopped there, and Lions came up with a great play to extend that lead now, 26-0.
And they're going for 2 once again. Why not? Practice this while you can. You have Dalgard. He's in shotgun mode. Snaps up, looking left. Wide open. Oh, nice coverage. Coming back. It looks like he just barely got over the line. Number 3, Ben Herbick. 2-point conversion's good. Guys, it is 28-0 with 9:49 left in the second quarter, right before halftime. Parker Lutheran is playing a solid football game.
They really are doing a nice job so far. A couple more shout-outs here. Shout-out to Cole Johnson, senior captain. Nice TD from Grandma Mary Jo and Grandpa Rick. Another one, shout-out to Sam Smolin and Dad Joe from grandparents John and Molly from Aurora, Colorado. One more here. Shout out to Nick Moore, lucky number 13. Go Lions from Mom and Dad in Parker, Colorado. We'll get a few more of those here. Shout outs. Thank you very much for keeping those coming. We appreciate you checking us out, checking out this game tonight. And it's been all one-sided so far for the Lions, Caleb and Brian.
Those Lions are picking up where they left off last season in that state final. And even with some changeover of personnel, they're humming on all cylinders tonight.
Little pooch kick to the left side. Handled nicely on one hop. Off to the races. He has one person to beat. Nice little cutback. And he gets caught from behind. Wow, that was an awesome run. Jalen Bush.
Yeah, boy, I tell you what, he just put his foot in the ground there, put his right foot and just went up the field. Did a nice return there. Had a great burst. Something we haven't seen a lot of tonight from a lot of these Cougars, so you love seeing that. Hopefully that can translate into something here. They can put some points on the board, Brian and Caleb.
We needed somebody to pick up the pace and show a little bit of drive here to motivate the rest of the team, and that might have been just the key to this game for the Lutheran Cougars.
So the Cougars going to take over. 1st and 10 all the way down at their own, or actually the Lions' 31-yard line. This is great field position for the Cougars. They're lined up in the huddle right now with 9:41 left before halftime, and got Andon Hyde. He's looking over his defense that is out there right now. The sophomore, 5'11", 205.
Runner pass. What are we going to see? What do you call him?
I'm saying pass on this one.
All right.
we got a long way to go and a short time to get there, so I think we got to accelerate.
I'm thinking run.
Jermani Brown's the lone back.
Oh.
He gets the handoff right up the middle, gets to the line of scrimmage before he gets knocked down pretty hard.
I just keep looking at Jacob Fieberkorn over here on the near side of the field and thinking a nice slant in that one-on-one coverage would be nice to bust up the pace of that defense.
Number 72, Landon Mrazek, was in on that tackle. Looks like it may have been about a half-yard loss as the Cougars are getting the right personnel in. Big jump. Class 4 this year, right, Doug?
Yeah, I tell you, jumped up to Class 4. Won the state championship 2 years ago in Class 2. Played Class 3 last year and Class 4 this year. So we had a couple other programs jump up, so you just kind of enrollment continues to rise and you get moved up when you got more kids.
Just becomes more competitive, that's all. Andon Hyde with the snap. He's looking left, looking right. Throws deep. Just overthrown the intended receiver. He was open, Caleb Mays.
Well, with speed that Mays has, that wasn't completely uncatchable if he saw it a split instant earlier. He's got a heck of a step.
He does. He does have a step. He's tough to guard for anybody tonight, and it will be all season. He has been that way since he was a sophomore. A couple more shout-outs right here. Shout out to John Justice from teammate Spencer. Shout out to Sam Perkins. Also shout out to Thomas Green, number 75, from his family watching from Dublin, Ireland. Go Navy! Go Navy!
Oh my!
I love it. All right.
We've got two different rivalries going on.
I'll tell you what, we do. Look at that. Awesome. That's great.
Andon Hyde. 3rd down and 11 yards to go. Looks like they might try and bring a little bit of a rush. Linebackers up the middle. Had to get rid of the ball quickly, and it's picked off by the Lions. Number 2, Cole Johnson. Boy, we called his name a lot tonight. He comes up with the interception at the Cougars, or actually at their own 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Lions.
And Cole Johnson, you just saw a guy that put himself in front of the receiver and said, that's my ball, and he was not going to let it go.
Yeah, I did a nice job there. And like you said, we have called Cole's name tonight quite a bit on both the offensive and defensive side. He just made a nice play on the ball there to high point it.
You know, it's interesting, Doug and Caleb, we end up having Class 4 Hannibal Pirates. You have St. Charles High School Pirates, alma mater. You have Warrenton High School. You have Parkway North, Mexico, and Holt. So we have some tough foes in that district right there.
You're not kidding, Brian. The schedule this year is absolutely brutal for these Cougars here. We're going to be playing a lot of good football teams, starting with the Lutheran Lions here tonight in Week 1.
1st and 10 from their own 25. Handoff right up the middle. Gains a couple yards, maybe 1, maybe 2. It's going to be 2nd and long regardless.
Looks like we've got another Cougar down here.
Yeah, Cole Johnson came up a little bit lame as well, but we do have a lineman down for the Cougars.
This is a concern for the Cougars. Not used to having a lot of depth on the line here, but they've been doing a good job holding that offensive line at bay ever since the first series.
Well, and I can't really. This next shout out right here. Shout out to a number 4, Andrew. They say they're watching from Oregon.
Oh, I wonder what part.
But the area code is Colorado.
Well, maybe
they had the phone and they moved.
That's good. That's
they
true.
heard
That's
how
true.
beautiful it was.
That's
just
absolutely true.
Went out.
Love it. So, hey, if they are from Oregon, they're loving life right now.
Yeah.
Out in the great state of Oregon.
So we have 8 states, as I count right now, and 3 countries.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
No,
awesome.
No, that's not kidding. Here we go. I love you, Mason Sissio, from your biggest fan, Autumn. Here, a shout out. Actually, just a interesting tidbit right here from our longtime athletic director, Gordon Brado, who started the football team at Lutheran High back in 1993, and he wanted me to say, which I do remember this. Doug, FYI, Coach Robin's sister Kelly used to teach and coach at Lutheran High School St. Charles back in the day, from Gordon Brado. Gordon, you know why I know that? Because I was in Kelly Robbins and Ben Limbeck's wedding.
That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. So great. Kelly did used to teach and coach her. You know, she's the reason I came to Lutheran High.
That is awesome.
Lutheran High was looking for a football coach and a Spanish teacher, and okay, let's do it.
And I can attest, you have the Spanish skills.
I do. I know about skills, but I can speak it.
Number 30 right up the gut. Sawyer Wild picks up about 4 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 3.
We have another Cougar down. This is not looking like your typical cramp situation either.
This looks like an injury right here. Eesh. Well, as we kind of take that real quick, hey guys, shout out to number 6, Gavin Downing. And thanks, guys, for great positive commentary from Grandma and Grandpa in Parker, Colorado. Thank you very much. And I think that's the big thing is the positivity. Even when you have a game right now, when you, as a commentator, you're a fan of kids, right? But you're a fan of your home team here. I think it's also just a great opportunity for us to showcase these kids on a Friday night from either team, and just use their God-given abilities in this great game of football. It's a lot of fun to watch them. I'd love to see a few more Cougars make some plays tonight. But, I think we will. It's going to be a long season for both these teams. They're going to have a lot of success, so we really appreciate those comments.
Following up on that, I think, last year I had the opportunity to step up in the booth a couple of times to help out, and I really started to enjoy seeing some of the kids, succeed and seeing some of the personal, triumphs that they were having. And I just mentioned to Doug earlier in the day, I had a chance to stop by the high school and pick something up, and I saw a student in the hallway, he sees a guy he doesn't know walking down the hallway in street clothes, and you've got these kids that are here to learn, and he could have blew me off like just Joe Blow, and he looks up at me straight in the eyes and said, "How's it going today, sir?" And I was like, that says a lot about some of these kids and the character that are going on in the school. And, I walked out of the high school with the biggest smile on my face because I was like, man, they really got this place buttoned up. The things you don't see as somebody that isn't here every day.
No, I tell you what, our teachers are awesome. Our principal, Dr. John Bernhardt, awesome. They do a great job with kind of mentoring, molding young men and women here at Lutheran High. So we do have another shout-out here. Shout-out for our Lions, number 3, Ben Herbeck from family in Nebraska. His dad, Mark, was a high school state champion player at Sandy Creek High School. Sandy Creek. Another fun town.
Haven't been there.
You haven't been to Sandy Creek?
No.
Well, you didn't go to school. You didn't go to college in Nebraska then, I guess.
No. The only time I've been to Nebraska is with you, so you know where I've been.
Well, I tell you what, for all you Nebraska people, we drove out to Parker last year, and instead of going across Kansas, because we don't want to go across Kansas because whoever wants to go across Kansas, no offense, just kidding, we drove up through Nebraska. And I had you stop at the greatest restaurant known to man. Absolutely greatest restaurant known to man.
Awesome
Valentino's.
pizza.
Valentino's stopped in Grand Island, Nebraska at Valentino's. So awesome. Love me some Valentino's.
That's another yum, by the way.
Yes.
Yum. I know you deflect, Doug, and all credit to Dr. Bernhardt, but also Dr. Doug Kuhlman as interim head of the schools this year. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. Got a lot of good people around us. It's fun ministry here at Lutheran High School. Love it. Love it. Means a lot.
I think somebody mentioned something. It all starts at the top.
Yeah, earlier in the broadcast even,
I was talking about Dan Gerke over at Parker, Colorado. I was not talking about here,
Here it's just a circus. I don't know.
Congratulations, Doug. Interim head of school. Not to be taken lightly by any means, as Dalgard, as the quarterback keeper, takes out the line judge, it looks like. He's not feeling too good. It's going to be 4th down and short. He's going to have to walk this one off.
Now, that's the second time we've seen Jay-Sean Richmond make a big play. Both sides of the ball tonight, first with that kickoff return and now busting in the backfield to cause a 4th down.
Dalgard takes a quarterback sneak. He actually goes up under center. That's the first time he's done that. 1st down, Lions.
I'm surprised we didn't get a penalty there because Dalgard took that snap leaning forward.
It looked like movement.
It looked a little movement there, but hey, nevertheless, was not called, so it wasn't a penalty.
High octane. Once again, Dalgard hands it off to the left side. Gets 2 yards, it looks like. Number 30 once again. We're going to call his name a lot in Sawyerwald.
He's built like a good fullback, honestly. I mean, he's a little lower to the ground, and he leads. I mean, he's not going to mess around. He knows exactly where he's going with the ball, right up the gut every time.
Absolutely, Dalgard. Fake handoff to number 30. He takes it back. Looks like a cutback trap. Goes all the way about 15, 20 yards. They're turning the octane up now. Handoff right up the middle of the wall. He gains another 7 or 8. Boy, we can't even get set, and they're ready to have the next play. It's going to be 2nd down and short. Cougars have another injured player.
Yeah. Boy, as we go to that, we have another shout out here. Shout out to number 24, Xavier Villarreal. I think I pronounced it Villarreal, so I apologize there. Sometimes I struggle with my reading, but Villarreal. Your dad ended your brother's practice early so he can go home and watch. Go get him, son. Well, there you go. That's pretty cool.
That's neat.
You know, end practice early, out in Colorado, I'm assuming, and being able to catch your brother's game here. So I'll tell you, we had a good contingency of Lion fans here come out. Probably about the exact same number we had go out to Parker last year. I see about 50 fans out over there in the bleachers. That's a great number to watch these Lions and Coach Stephen Robbins out here. Another shout out. Oh, actually, no, it's not a shout out. It's, oh no, this is not a good start for the Cougars. What's happening?
It's not a good start, but
no, it's not a good start.
Halfway through the second quarter, there's some stuff that Coach Melvin can build on here. I mean, the defense is making some solid stops. We just got to get a little bit more consistent in our coverage. The offense just looks like they're missing just that little bit. I mean, they have the right ideas. The timing's off, and we have some, first game jitters here. It looks like at quarterback, but he'll iron out of that in a hurry.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, this is
just fine.
It's a long season. You want to win every game, but boy, learning from every game is important too. And I think they're going to have a lot to learn from this one.
Absolutely. Well, it's not over yet either.
No.
Not over. Definitely.
If they can put up 28, so can we.
Yeah, football, anything can happen, but the Lions have had the number of the Cougars so far. There's a lot of folks here in the stands. I think they're getting ready for halftime. I know we got about 6 minutes left, but I'm counting down there. I see 30-plus cheerleaders. I've been at Lutheran High 23 years. I've never seen 30-plus cheerleaders. Impressive. So Coach Brooks Schulte has done a great job building this program. Started here a few years ago. Restarted it actually a few years ago, and I want to say had somewhere between 5 to 7 young ladies come out. Now she's up to 30-plus. It's impressive. And as always, our state champion Sapphire dance team will be performing here. So look forward to watching them here at halftime, guys.
State champions all the way around. Wald to the outside. He's got room. He picks up another 15 yards all the way down to the 24-yard line. He's a beast.
Wald looks hungry, and he wants to eat that ball. He's running back to the line to get set and do it again.
And here he goes. He gets another handoff right up the middle. He takes on a couple of Cougars. Number 7 in on the tackle in Jamar Cross. We'll call tick that one more time for a tackle. Second and short.
We don't have the ability to have the stats, heights, and weights on the opposing team tonight, but that's Sam Wald. He's built like a grown man.
He is doing a great job. Another shout out right here. Shout out to Evan Holdridge. He's a freshman, number 28. This is his sister at college from Florida, but the fam's all watching as well in Colorado. That's awesome. Brothers and sisters watching. That's pretty cool.
That's very cool.
That's pretty cool,
I think it's really amazing to hear how the away team, so many people are tuning in from the away team as well. We hear about people here within our school district and area here, but it's kind of neat to see the opposing people now picking up and listening to us as well.
Who's also tuning in is my fourth grade daughter. And she's watching right now, and she just sent me one of those little Facebook Messenger things on kids, and she says, Daddy, when's it halftime? I want to watch the cheerleaders and the dancers. So,
I got that same text.
You got the same text from your daughter, huh? Well,
yep.
It's coming up, sweetie. It's coming up here.
She's had
6.5 minutes.
She's had enough of listening to me already.
Right? Well, I don't know about that. Maybe me. I think some people have a priority of watching the halftime number 1 and the game number 2, whereas other people, vice versa. So either way, we appreciate you tuning in tonight. Whether you are live and or you are watching from home, we appreciate it.
A shout out to the student section right before the halftime file out here, completely full on this opening night in the heat. I like to see that.
Absolutely. And and respectful. Yeah, I haven't seen or heard anything dumb or anything like that. So kids are doing a nice job tonight, and there hadn't been a whole lot to cheer about for the Cougar fans so far.
Dalgard from the shotgun. He takes a nice little handoff. He fakes it, goes back to the left side, picks up 6 yards. It's going to be first down and goal to go, looks like.
Well,
actually, it's going to be first and 10. They're just a little bit short. Wald with the handoff. He's going up the middle, rumbling hard, stumbling, bumbling, touchdown, Lions.
Boy, nobody wanted to tackle him. He just ran right through there. Nice. That's a big man run right there.
The last time I've seen a guy run with that much confidence, it was Mike Allstott for Joliet Catholic in the early 90s.
Nice.
Maybe his parents tuned in and want to clip that. But
there you go.
as head of schools, Doug, you don't want to hear that the student section had any problems either.
Absolutely
so.
not. That's why I'm kind of
It's the last guy that they should have
the
here.
the narrative, right? You want to make sure it's a good one. Absolutely.
Now, didn't that Allstott play for the Bucks?
Yep, Tampa Bay won won a Super Bowl ring down there, I believe.
I'd say 2?
Maybe 2.
I don't know.
Number 40, is that right?
He won,
number 40.
He won a state championship ring against my high school by 2 inches on a 2-point conversion try that was failed.
Ooh.
Did you have a hard time tackling him that night?
No, so, yeah. I mean, I think he went for 200 yards that night. And, of course, the Joliet Catholic, I believe the Hilltoppers, their offensive line usually went to places like Notre Dame, Michigan, etc.
Big difference.
Yeah. I mean, when you can recruit the Chicagoland area,
Yep.
that's usually a pretty strong recipe for success.
You know, I was telling the kids I did the Devo for the football team on Tuesday night and kind of talked about the legacy and the legacy of a student and what it means to have a legacy as a Christian young man, and kind of how you want to continue to evolve that over the course of your lifetime. So as we're kind of doing a study there in the book of Proverbs, talked a little bit more about just the amount of kids I've seen here that our kids have played against and or have just gone on to do great things, and what great kids they were. I remember when I was coaching against Ezekiel Elliott and Foye Olakon from John Burroughs. And I'll tell you what a couple of great kids. And then watching them in the NFL, both of them just still playing in the NFL, doing great things.
Caleb Mays with the return. He takes it from the 10-yard line, cuts it all the way back, gets up to the 33-yard line. Boy, that's a tough run. Put his head down, picked up some extra yards. Way to go, Caleb.
Yeah, something the Cougars to cheer about there, being down here 35-0 right now. So let's hope they can put a drive together, Brian and Caleb.
I don't know if it's possible, but it looks like he picked up a step in the offseason. When he gets that open field, there's no stopping him.
So, Doug, you were talking a bit about the legacy of the Christian students and ecumen, if you will, that is here at Lutheran High School. You know, it dawned on me not too long ago doing reading a Devo, speaking about the legacy for 1,000 generations. Think about that.
Mm-hmm.
And praying over your family and your family's children and their children for 1,000 generations. And that's a huge responsibility for we men.
Well stated. Now, is that part of your podcast?
It will be when I interview a guy by the name of Doug Kuhlman. Next week sometime. We will definitely discuss 1,000 generations.
I've heard his appearance fee has gone up.
It has. It's gone from 1 can of pop to 2 cans of pop, you know.
Diet Dr. Pepper.
Diet Dr. Pepper.
Make it happen.
You know me well. Thank you.
The official soft drink of the state of Texas. Well, the student section hasn't given up on this yet.
They're having fun. Another shout out here from Keaton Ryman. Go Lions from Grandma Sue and Papa Dale in Parker, Colorado. Okay. Always good to get a shout out from Josh Kennedy. You know, I want to tell you what, he's just having a good time watching the game tonight. Another one here, shout out Lions Sam Smolin from Uncle Jim and Aunt Shelley in Paducah, Kentucky. Mark it up.
Kentucky, we got it.
Kentucky, there you go. We keep
Love
growing.
Paducah. And in Hyde, looking right, throws it right to Wald, and he picks it off. Gets about another 10 yards. Boy, he did not see him on that slant coming across, and Wald was just standing right there. Boom, hit him into numbers.
Yeah, boy.
Nice interception.
Yep.
Hyde will get a talking to after that decision.
Yeah, boy, I tell you what, a guy gets out of your vision. You don't expect him there. Good defensive set from the Lions right there, Caleb.
Yeah, Wald definitely burrowed himself into the right pocket, and I think Hyde thought that was a timing play, and by the time the ball was gone, it was too late.
Well, one of the young coaches here, coach of the youngsters here, Coach Rick, says Lions stars Perkins, Justin, Garrett, Smolin, Johnson, and Langdon all played for the same Parker Hawks youth team from Coach Rick. So that's awesome. Good to see those kids be able to play together as young men. Well, rather as youngsters, now young men here for the Lutheran High Lions.
You talk about a legacy. That's exactly what it is. Ooh, nice bullet across the middle. Great defensive play. Ended up drawing the penalty right at the end, but Jalen Bush looked like he had Nice defensive coverage. Probably had a hand on the back.
Without the benefit of instant replay from multiple angles there. From up here, it looked like a pretty clean attempt at the ball, but that backhand might have been in play.
Yeah, I tell you, we can't see it from way up here. We are quite a ways away, but yeah, it looked good. It looked good.
Looked real good.
Gentlemen, add another country. Add another country.
Really?
Add another country. Here we go. Shout out to Mason Kelly and the Lions from Dad in Nigeria.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Nigeria.
That's great.
I mean, what time is it in Nigeria? I don't know.
It's not much. It's
gotta-
not much
gotta be
later.
Pretty close to Ireland, right?
Maybe
No.
2 or 3 hours.
I don't know.
Probably 2 or 3 hours. I don't know.
My geography of Europe and Africa is not as good as it is about in the United States.
Well,
of
now you know
America.
how it feels about Alabama.
They're
Okay,
8 or
fair.
9 hours ahead of us, I'm going to say.
Fair. Okay.
It's 2:46 a.m., so it's the same time as Ireland.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Way to fact check that, Caleb. I'll tell you, those iPhones come in handy.
Well, that was actually Gossick. He's our fact checker.
And Wald up the middle once again. He's dragging a couple Cougars along the way. Gets down to the 6-yard line, having a heck of a game. It's good to see the young man working hard yet with the Lions up 35-0 with 5:40 left before halftime.
Doug, I almost feel like you're Jerry Lewis at the telethon. Put another one on the board, Ed.
Right?
I mean, we've already got a good chunk of countries represented.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Country, states, bring them up.
Yes. Dalgard from the shotgun, looking right. Throws it up. Wow, right to the corner. Nice touchdown,
Boy.
Joe Cicio.
Pitch and catch all day in the corner.
Just got turned around there. Didn't expect him to go all the way to the corner on that flag route. Nice throw and catch.
You know, Dalgard being a junior right now, he was looking off the defender to the left side, and then all of a sudden he turns and boom, Cicio's wide open in the corner. It's a good way to be able to draw the defense to the other side of the field.
How good does Coach Robbins feel? You know, first game out here for Dalgard, and he's just stepped in like he's been at it for years.
Totally. Had a nice game. And I'll tell you, you got to feel coming out here. Cougars have had some nice runs here and there and some nice pitch and catch like we've talked about, but just haven't been able to string many together here. And hopefully the frustration doesn't mount and they can kind of bounce back here and as they're going to get this kickoff and in the second half as well as we go to a couple more shout-outs. Shout out to Thomas Green. We're so for the Lutheran Lions. We're so proud of you. Number 10, Brad and Heather. Oh, a text from my mom.
Oh,
Awesome.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. I love you, Mom.
Andrew Long was with the hold on that, and Sam Smolin with the extra point attempt, and it was good. So we're up 42-0. The Lions are on this hot night in St. Peters, Missouri.
you'll be looking at a turbo clock situation in the second half.
There definitely will be a turbo clock unless the Cougars string together a couple touchdowns here. So my mom and dad are watching from Havila, Washington. Another state. Mark it up.
Another state.
You know, it's interesting about Havila, Washington. There's 11 people that live there, and 9 of them share the last name Coolman. So it's kind of a fun little town to live in.
You sure it's not Coleman?
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Smolin with the squib kick, actually number 25 with the kickoff there. That was Micah Dooley. Little squib kick to the left side. We picked up 5 yards after we got the ball. And we're going to start, we being the Lutheran High Cougars, right at the 50-yard line with 5:15 left before the halftime.
You know, with your parents, Doug, there could have been another country very easily added to that tally. It's good to see they're in Washington here domestically.
They are in Washington State, not out in some other country right now. You know, a year ago at this time, I don't know, they were in Taiwan or China or something. I don't know.
Didn't they go to Asia? And they were bouncing countries from what I remember.
My brother keeps track of that stuff. He does much better job as a son than I do. I do not remember.
Putting air
no,
tag,
I'm totally
putting
kidding.
air tag on their luggage and
Right.
tracked them.
Yep. Well, Cougars here are beneficiaries of some good field position here. They're in plus territory already at the 49. Be nice to have them put one in the end zone here, gentlemen.
It's good to see Amari Carter with some solid hands on that squib kick. That saved a pretty sticky situation otherwise.
Hendon Hyde in the shotgun. He's going to get the snap here. A little low snap. He's getting flushed out of the pocket. Nice stepped up and, just got brought down from behind for the sack. Number 70, Caleb Pollard for the Lions with the quarterback sack.
It looks like he had a little bit of space there, and then I'll tell you, he just got tracked down from behind. Nice play.
Pollard, for being such a big guy, a quick first step, got him past our offensive line in a hurry, and we just didn't have anything to deal with him from there.
He kept his legs moving. That's what we were always taught in football. Keep him moving. Keep him moving.
Shout out here to Nate O. and the Downing brothers from Sam. And no, that was the correct number. He even has some little emojis in there, some little lion emojis. That's pretty cool. Absolutely right number. Once again, 314-497-3014.
2nd and 5, long way to go. Slant across the middle and through the hands of the intended receiver, number 2, Jalen Bush. It's going to be 3rd down and a long way to go behind the chains.
Well, this isn't really a shout out, but I'm going to give a plug to Valentino's Pizza again. So our teacher here and also our cross country coach, and I could say a future state champion cross country coach, because I think we're going to be pretty doggone good on both men's and women's cross country this year. As I watch them, in the mornings and talking to coach friends. So there we go. And she says, "Love me some Valentino's Pizza." Lived in Seward, Nebraska, from 4th grade through 10th grade. Absolutely. Great place to live, Seward, Nebraska.
Great place to eat.
Fair.
Snaps back up, nice little slant across the middle, just overthrew the intended receiver. Picked off, he's still on his feet. He's got room, he's got one person to beat. He cuts back. He's at the 10, the 5, touchdown Lions. Mason Kelly, the senior, 50-yard interception return for the touchdown.
So the key to here, Andon Hyde, great pass, just wrong place. The key for the coaching staff now is to keep that confidence high and get him through the yips here in his first game at the varsity level.
Yeah, because, again, that was a nice toss. Just the defensive coverage was phenomenal. I mean, the Lions are firing on all cylinders like we're playing Week 7 right now.
Yep.
Well coached, and they came to play tonight. I think looking at last year, I don't think 2 years ago, I don't think the Cougars expected the Lions to come out and hit us in the mouth like they did. And last year, I don't think the Lions expected us to go all the way to Colorado and do the same thing, and kind of vice versa there. So this is they really came to play tonight.
Each team treating this like a business trip when they go on the road.
Doug, this is a statement game.
Yeah, boy, they really are. They're making a big one right now.
Yep. Extra points good. Sam Smolin once again. Very nice to see. Number 4, the holder, and Andrew Long. It is 49-0 with 3:59 left before halftime.
Shout out to Isaiah, number 44, from his brother Micah and mom. Thank you very much for that shout out. We like this one. You are such great commentators. Shout out to Cale Bashar, number 54 for the Lions. Proud grandparents in Littleton, Colorado. Another shout out to Lehigh Parker, number 52, Cameron Hatton, from Uncle Z in Inglewood, Colorado. I apologize, Inglewood, Colorado.
We could have, if these guys could tune in every week and just keep with all the compliments, I think we'd be really happy.
Right? Here we go. Shout out to the Sapphires in Isla and the rest of the Sapphires ready to perform tonight. So there you go. Folks waiting to watch their state champion Sapphires perform and our Final Four girls cheerleading team as well.
Shout out to my wife who just texted me and said, "You guys are very entertaining." Doug, they say find somebody that's your biggest fan and marry them. I think I just did. So she can she can lie straight to my face and still love her for it.
Tell Kelsey it's not an official shout out unless it's to my phone.
Okay, yeah, you have to. Well,
you actually have to.
Great. You need Dr. Kuhlman's phone number.
There, right? There you go.
So the ensuing kickoff here actually went out of bounds, so flag was thrown. Looks like the Cougars are going to get the ball in favorable territory, at least almost, into their own side of the football field. It is 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. Cougars got a long way to go to score. They got a long way to go to get a first down.
This would be a good time to pump a quick score in here. The Lions might be a little bit back on their heels right before halftime. They're thinking they're going to go in. Maybe we can make a little statement drive here.
Hyde with the snap. He's got trips single side to us and single on the far side. Caleb Mays with the nice pick. He's got one guy. He's being brought down all the way to the 35-yard line. Number 35 for the Lions brought him down. And I don't have 35 on my list, so I can't say who that was.
Hey, roster doesn't have the number. We do not know up here.
Yeah, good tackle.
Somebody can tell us who number 35 was.
Actually, my eyes aren't very good. It was 24. We'll give it to Xavier Villarreal. I think that's how you say that.
So the text I got was V-Ariel.
Villarreal. We'll
so
take
I think
it.
it's Villarreal.
Villarreal.
I'm going Villarreal. Yeah.
I got it. I can see that
there you
now.
go. All right.
That was exactly what the doctor ordered there on that catch. And you saw there where Hayden stood in the pocket, calmed down, kept his feet settled, and made a great pass.
Absolutely. Hyde with the handoff right up the middle. Nice little step to the ground. Gets 3 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 7, it looks like. As number 5, Jermani Brown, was in on the carry.
Another shout out here to number 72, Landon Mrozek. Proud of you, love you from your family. Go Lions from Parker, Colorado. Number 72, Landon. A Lions fan wants to give a shout out to our announcing crew for our excellent coverage, and that starts with Brent Gossett, our Director of Sports Technology. So thank you very much for that shout out. We appreciate getting the action to you.
Absolutely. As Hyde's throw goes a little bit wide. Looks like we had a little bit of bumping and shoving on that one. We'll leave it there. It's going to be 3rd down, 7 yards to go.
Jalen Bush trying to make a little bit of space there. The throw was on target, but due to the contact, he wasn't able to get to the spot where Aiden had expected him to be by that point in the route.
Another shout out here to you guys broadcasting tonight. And a question, somebody says, I missed you, Dr. Doug, so. All right, I know who that is. I missed you too, you know that.
3rd and 7. We got trips in the near side, single receiver on the far side, and lone back, Jermani Brown, and Hyde looking over the defense, getting a new play called in, and the snap's coming. He's looking left, right across the middle, one hop, incomplete pass, going to be 4th down, 7.
A little bit higher and you have a nice completion there, but Aiden definitely had to get rid of that ball in a hurry. And you'd rather have it hit the ground than hit the hands of a defender.
Yeah, especially you got to live to play another down. So now you're at a 4th and very, very manageable. You're 4th and a long 6.5. So, absolutely. Another shout out to number 15, Nick Park. Go Lions. Love mom and dad and brother AJ and sister Olivia. Another one, shout out to Sam Smolin, number 21 from Parker, and his favorite aunt and uncle in Maryland.
Nice.
Absolutely. There we go. That's great. Another one. Maryland's another awesome state, too. Went up there for the first time here this summer.
Baltimore?
Yeah, we were there, yep. Kind of over by the coast.
So Hyde, once again, in shotgun formation. He's getting a snap here. He's looking left, looking right, looking to the flats, and overthrows. We end up having a flag. It's going to be defensive. Pass interference will be my guess on this, guys.
Yeah, it's real interesting here because it almost looked like trying to run through him there. It almost looked like incidental contact, but we might be the beneficiary of a flag there, Brian and Caleb.
We'll take it at this point in the half. Might be like I said, this is a statement drive. If we can get in the end zone, all hope is not lost yet.
All right, Doug. I got a shout out.
Oh, it's not. Did it come from to my phone though?
No.
It doesn't count. I'm just kidding. What's your shout out, Brian?
I don't have one then.
I hurt your feelings. I do that a lot to people. I apologize.
No worries on that. I got a phone call, though.
Okay.
From a former alumnus of Lutheran High of St. Charles who's picking his son up from my house tonight.
What? Really?
Yes, my grandson is being picked up from Blake Bradenstein.
Oh, nice. Absolutely.
All the way from Maryland Heights, Missouri.
And you know, he
mark that down.
He's a good tax man. If you need a tax man, Blake Bradenstein is your guy. I know from personal experience.
I'll look him up in April. I did
there
not
you go.
know.
There you go. He's finance all the way around, can do those taxes as well.
Caleb, it only cost me $5,000. Money well spent. There you go.
Yeah.
Blake, I tell you, I get a cut of that now.
Blake, I'm going to have to start an endowment to afford your services.
Anden Hyde, and once again, he's got the snap looking left. He's going to throw it. He's got the corner wide open. Touchdown, Cougars! Jackson Bethany with the touchdown.
Woohoo!
Nice.
Listen to that crowd. I told you that's what we needed.
That's exactly it.
They wanted to be able to unleash something here, right? Absolutely. Absolutely.
There's the confidence booster going into the locker room, though. We definitely needed that at the right time.
You know, that's one Jackson to another Jackson, Doug. My grandson Jackson to Jackson Bethany. How you like that?
I like that. I like that right
Mention
there.
him a few more times tonight.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think we probably will.
Absolutely. And Anden Hyde, he's going to attempt, well, it looks like they're going to bring out the offense and perhaps do a play to go for two.
Might need a timeout here.
Boy, there's a buzz in the crowd now. We needed that.
Yeah,
Good
we
call,
did.
Caleb.
Yep. And Caleb said that about 1 minute ago. That's a good call, Caleb.
I've missed on a couple other ones tonight, so.
I'll tell you what, we also got to give a shout out up here. They didn't come in on the text, but I'm just looking at him right now. Jonah has been doing a great job over filming camera. It's his first night for us. He's doing a great job. Love to have students up here helping us out. So thank you very much.
So the Cougars are lining up. They're going for two. They have a new formation. We have a new runner in the backfield. We have number 9, Evan Norwood. Anden Hyde is in the shotgun formation. He's got 3 receivers on the far side. Here it comes. He's looking left. Overthrows the intended receiver. 2-point conversion is no good. 2:21 left. 4 halftimes, 49-6.
Well, nevertheless, you love seeing a touchdown right there. Get the Cougars on the board. Another shout out. Oh, Brian, add a country. Add a country, South Korea. We've never had, this is now the 4th year of doing this. We've never had somebody from South Korea. This is awesome. I love it. It's great. Truly international. Nick's a foreign exchange student. We're so proud of Nick Park. Love Amber, Justin, Olivia, and AJ Park tuning in from South Korea. That's awesome.
That is.
Seriously, what time? Hey, look up what time it is in South Korea right now, Caleb.
Gossick, what do we got?
Early.
Question from out here, too. Is there a running clock rule? Yes, there is here in Missouri. There will be a running clock second half unless the Cougars can close this out. They got to get a couple of scores here to be able to do that, but otherwise it will be a running clock in the second half.
South Korea is 11:03 a.m. right now. They're getting ready for a hearty lunch.
There you go, absolutely. And a late breakfast, you never know.
Maybe a brunch.
Is it Friday or Saturday over there?
Well, now it would be a Saturday.
It'd be a Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Interesting, okay.
Just
international dateline.
A solid 14 hours ahead of us.
Another shout out, right? Oh, here we go. Shout out to Riley Robbins on her sweet 16th birthday from Grandma and Grandpa while Stephen and Rochelle are cheering on the lines. Wasn't I talking about Mr. and Mrs. Robbins earlier?
You were.
What a great family they are, Awesome.
So, Doug, you need to sing happy birthday. Everybody needs to have happy birthday sung to them on their birthday.
Is that what it is?
Absolutely.
Well, we're going to save that for her family, right?
Yeah.
Can't quite do it up here.
Well, happy birthday.
Call them direct after the game.
Hyde ready to kick off from the 40-yard line. Nice boot. He kicks it all the way down to the 6-yard line. It is bobbled a bit, picked up, going right back up the gut, and he falls down at the 30-yard line. Number 3, wow, Ben Herbick, nice return.
That was a nice return. Another shout out right here. Shout out to Sawyer Wald from Mom and Parker. He's been having a great game. Mom, be very, very proud. Shout out to Lions number 79. Alec Zackham from his proud family. And go Xavier, number 24, and Lions from Grandma and Grandpa in Larkspur, Colorado.
And here we go. It's 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Lions will be taking over with 2:14 left for halftime. Looks like they were winding some time down here, getting their play in. Clock will start as soon as the snap comes up. Dalgard gets it. He hands it off to the left side. Actually, we have number 18 in there, new quarterback Jack Wesolowski Jr. Also have a new running back, number 28, took the handoff there. Evan Holdridge, true freshman.
Is that a thing in high school, true freshman?
Well, they all are.
Okay. They're true, yeah, right?
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Shout out right here to number 7 for the Lions, senior Tegan McNellis from your sisters.
If you see a redshirt freshman out there, we need to start asking some questions.
Hey, different rules in Colorado, right?
Yeah, maybe, perhaps, yes.
Holdridge with the carry right up the middle, got stopped at the line by Isaiah Rubio and a host of his teammates. It's going to be 3rd down and 15.
Got that COVID year in there.
Yeah, you tell you that COVID year, right?
Capitalize on it. I think you're going to see a steady diet of running the ball here before half and maybe even coming out of the locker room as they look to bolster a little bit of depth in the backfield.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those things, you know, last year Coach Robbins had said a few of their you know, primary ball carriers and ballers kind of got dinged up, and you need those kids as you go throughout the season. I don't care if you're playing football in Colorado, Missouri, or you know, Maryland or Oregon or California or Texas. You got to have depth. You can't win a game with 11 guys or even 30 guys. You got to have depth.
Sawyer Walls definitely earned his time on the bench after his performance this half.
Wesolowski going deep. Oh, nice
play.
breakup of the pass. It was close to being intercepted. It was close to being caught. It's going to be 4th down.
Tristan Engels with a great breakup there.
Nice play by Tristan. It's awesome.
That's going to force a 4th down. These Cougars might get a chance at the end zone again.
Now another one here, another shout out to, it's Coach Robbins' daughter's birthday, so shout out to Riley. Awesome. We were not singing, Brian. Don't even think about it. I know. I know what's going in your head right now.
If we get 100 shout outs, we sing.
Okay, yeah. If we get 1,000, I'm not going to say that because we're going to get them. Then we're going to have to hear Brian singing, you know.
Yes.
But happy birthday, Riley.
All of Parker, Colorado. Start shouting out.
Happy birthday, Riley.
Stay tuned at halftime. These Sapphires take the field. I know my daughter just texted me again, letting me know that that's a prime event, prime draw.
Hey, great punt. Nice little spiral, had the tip turn over, and he kicked it all the way back to the 41-yard line. That's where the Cougars are going to take over. It's going to be 1st and 10 Cougars.
Another high punt. That thing was, I mean, it went above the lights.
It's incredible. You know who I see down there on the sideline? I'm going to give a shout-out to Doc Hingst. Dr. Mark Hingst has been on the sideline since 1994 for the Cougar football team. So by my count, that's almost 30.
It's very close.
Yeah. Right. My math's not that bad. I'm getting close on that MBA. I'm not there yet.
Call
I'm getting
Blake.
Close. Call him and ask him. Yeah, he'll charge me for it. You know, I don't know.
That'll be $12.50, Doug.
But it's good to see Doc down there help protect these young kids.
Absolutely, great man too. Not to mention, he's family. We love that. Hyde going outside to the flats. 15's got. He's got one person to beat. He's still on his feet. He's being pulled down from behind all the way down to the 24-yard line. We also have a flag. Wow, that was a heck of a play. Number 15, Chris Pirtle.
This flag could hurt them, and, you know, I hate to be right twice in a row, but I'll take it in this chance. We might be real close to the end zone when this is done.
Yeah, I tell you what, it depends on where it is. It's going to push us down to about the 12-yard line, give or take.
I'm waiting for the call, but it almost looked like a face mask to end the play.
Yeah, that's exactly what they called, yeah.
That'll take us down to, what, the 10-yard line?
Yeah, pretty close. Another shout-out here. Shout-out to number 44, Isaiah. Go Lions from Castle Rock, Colorado, from his aunt. Thank you very much. Shout-out to the parents of Sawyer Wald, Shannon, and Steve from Uncle Greg and Aunt Lori watching in Arkansas. Count it.
Got it.
Count it. You got it down. I don't see you moving your hand.
Put it on the board.
All right, good deal. From Arkansas, and cousins Tiffany and Stephanie watching from – Caleb, you were just there.
I'm everywhere, man. Texas.
That's the one I'm talking about. Texas.
That's another
state.
one.
You say Texas. I was in Seattle 2 weeks ago. You gotta. I mean, I can't keep up, man. I think I spend more time inside of an airplane than I do my own house some weeks.
I'll tell you what. That's rough when you.
Ending high, looking right, looking left. He goes to the middle.
Ooh,
whoa.
Boy, almost picked off.
Tried to thread the needle, and it got broken up. 20 seconds left, 49-6 before halftime here. 2nd down. Cougars get another opportunity.
Hyde almost made that throw, and boy, I think he had 110% confidence that he could make that throw.
Yeah, he tried to thread that needle out. And you love confidence.
Yeah.
You love confidence like that because he's got a strong arm.
It's tough to instill that in a kid. It's easy for it to fade away, and I'm glad to see him still out there slinging late in the first half, even though they're down 49-6.
Yeah, no quit. Either team. Obviously the Lions are going to play hard. They might get some other guys who haven't had a chance to play much here in the second half, or in the first half rather, into the second half. And Cougars are going to keep playing hard as well.
Hiding shotgun. The snap's on its way. He's looking left once again. He's going up the middle. It gets hit as he's throwing. Incomplete pass. It's going to be third down.
Shout out here to Sam Perkins, number 80. We love you, Sam. Play good. Play well. Love Grandma and Grandpa and Sister in Parker, Colorado. Another one here. You announcers are great. Yes.
Thank you.
Love it. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Shout out to Lehigh number 70, Caleb Pollard, watching from Aurora and Gunnison, Colorado. Grandparents, parents, brothers, aunt, and uncle. It's interesting. If you look at how many people are watching according to YouTube, how many of those folks then are having watch parties?
Right.
Having 10 people watching, I think tonight is incredible that we are able to help bring this game to a couple thousand people. Pretty cool. Whether they're watching in St. Charles, Missouri, or watching in Parker, Colorado, or somewhere in between, or
South Korea,
or Ireland, right?
South Korea.
Awesome.
God be loving ya. For our Ireland friends.
There you go.
Hyde once again, do or die, third down. He's going to throw the ball again across the middle, just a bit high. Got one more opportunity. Fourth down, 49-6, 12 seconds to go before halftime. What do you think? Now the pass play?
Well, I think it's about right. I do want to say this too. Just got a shout out here. Shout out to the announcers again. Appreciate that. Thank you. You're doing a great job. On the shout-outs, Uncle Z in Inglewood. P.S. Here's the thing. The down in the distance has been reading 1st and 13. So the reason that is we're using a separate camera to actually pick up that information. And we've had some malfunctioning in our scoreboard. So it's actually trying to pick things up that actually do not exist. So that's a technical malfunction that we unfortunately cannot do anything about. So we apologize, and we're going to do our best to get that corrected on our next broadcast. Another shout out, go Lehigh number 9 from Dad. Shout out to the X, number 24 for the Lions. So proud of you, Xavier. Finally getting a chance to watch you play, from Aunt Bonnie in Florida. You know what? That's awesome. Thank you, Aunt Bonnie.
I agree. From the X. Is that Twitter or Instagram?
No, I think she's actually referring to her nephew, Xavier X. Right?
Got it.
Okay.
That's awesome.
No, but
love the
Aunt Bonnie hadn't watched a game yet for Xavier.
Well, that is kind of cool because
it's pretty sweet.
You think about it and that thing, you're doing something that's serving more than just our community.
Totally.
That's a pretty neat feeling.
Love it.
So we had a timeout on the football field. Going to get the special play in. It's exactly what's going to happen as the boys take the field. It's going to be 4th down and 10 from the 13-yard line. This one's a do-or-die play.
Yeah, totally. You can't really say it's a big play when you're down by 43, but you can say it's a big play from a momentum standpoint going into that second half.
And from a mental psyche
absolutely.
Standpoint as well. Hyde's got the snap. Pro quarterback stepping back up to the end zone.
Oh, incomplete.
No, incomplete. Looks like it went off his hands.
Oh, I thought he caught that.
I thought he did as well.
Oh, boy. Well, nice throw there. Nice throw.
Tick coming off the line there.
I'll tell you what, he bolted off there. Made a nice play on the ball.
He was there. It was there.
Well, the Lions get the ball. Turnover on downs going to be 1st and 10 from their own 13-yard line. 7 seconds to go. 49-6 before halftime. And this has been a dominating performance so far for Parker Lutheran.
It's one of those situations. They really came out with a fast start. They've shown us enough to get up 49 points, but they're not showing us everything that's in that book. And if I'm in the state of Colorado, I'm a little bit worried about what's coming back home next week.
Oh, totally.
I would agree. Rightfully so. They take a knee. Clock's going to wind down. 49-6. Parker, Colorado over your Lutheran High Cougars.
Stay tuned for those Sapphires.
Tell you what, second half coming up. So right now we have our Sapphires and the Cheerleaders. I do want to give another shout out right here. Shout out to Nick Moore, number 13 from Grandma and Grandpa, watching from Littlefield, Arizona. Here's another one. Oh, from one of our Spanish teachers, from Senora Dale. Here we go. Hi, Doug. It's Kelly Dale. I just texted the number on the screen. It's hard to see. I heard Elizabeth shout, blah, 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 blah. Send the team, the Sapphires, and the cheer some good vibes from me. She's ready for a great second half. I'm ready for a great halftime. Folks, we're going to be back with you after halftime here after watching our state champion Sapphires and our Final Four state competition cheerleading team perform. We'll be back soon, folks.
To do this until we can stop it. Cole Johnson up the middle and once again to Andon, and here comes the snap.
This is how it should be done. One, two, three.
This is how it should be done.
One, two, three.
This is how it should be done. Hip hop.
One, two, three.
Funky beat. Hip hop. This is how it should be done. Hip hop.
One, two, three.
how it should be done. Hip-hop.
One, two, three.
Funky beat. Hip-hop. This is how it should be done. Hip-hop.
One, two, three.
Funky beat. Hip-hop. This is how it should be done. Hip-hop.
One, two, three.
Funky beat. Hip-hop. This is how it should be done.
1, 2, 3.
Funky beat. Hip hop. This is how it should be done. Hip hop.
One, two, three.
Funky beat. Hip hop. This is how it should be done. Hip hop.
One, two, three.
Funky beat. Hip hop. This is how it should be done.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here in St. Peters, Missouri with the Lou High Lions taking on the Lou High Cougars. As we said earlier, from one Lou High to another, we are here. It's the beginning of the third quarter. Lutheran High Lions from Parker, Colorado's up 49-6 over your hometown Lutheran Cougars. Tell you what, they're going to come out to the second half, and Lutheran High from Parker, Colorado just put on an absolute clinic in the first half. Guys, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that in this second half, you can look for Parker, Colorado's Lutheran High. Show us some good looks on defense, go down the depth charts, get some snaps for some of their younger players. Meanwhile, on our side of the ball for the Cougars, we need to start ironing out some of the kinks here with our starters. And, I don't expect a lot of scoring on behalf of the Lutheran Lions, but the Cougars, we could put up some points before the end of this.
And the Cougars are set to receive, and the Lions ready to kick off from their own 40-yard line. They kick it all the way. Little bit of a squib kick down to the 10-yard line, and looks like it's going to go out at the 9. We'll have a flag, and the Cougars will have good starting position.
Well, I'll tell you what, Brian, as we get going, Brian and Caleb, as we get going with the second half, I have 38 shout-outs that have backed up, so we're going to have a few shout-outs. So appreciate your patience. We are going to get you those, and we're going to get them right now. Let's get going. Another shout-out to Caleb Bashar, number 54 for the Lutheran Lions, from his sister in Florida.
Nice.
A shout-out to number 19, Blake Kilborn, from Uncle Greg, Aunt Chelsea, Grandma, and Grandpa. Hope both teams stay healthy. I tell you what, I love that comment. Both teams stay healthy. And we just had a woo up here, didn't we?
Yeah.
Woo. We had a woo. Oh, that's his son. There we go. We just had Coach, and we just gave a shout-out to his son, and his dad's up here on top. That's awesome. I love it.
I like how he was listening for the shout-out, too.
He's listening. Tell you what, it's like perfect time.
Hyde's in the shotgun. He's got 4 receivers, 2 near side, 2 far side. Here we go. He's looking left. Nice little dump down pass to the middle. Going up, running hard all the way to midfield. Number 7, Jamar Cross.
Halftime probably brought out some conversations about execution, and there you just saw it to a T.
Mm-hmm. I tell you what, this is the first time the Cougars are going to go hurry up here. They have not done this, the whole first half. So here we go. Kind of a check with me type offense.
Sometimes that makes you not think as much.
Right.
So handoff goes up the middle. Looks like he was going to throw, as he normally does, but got a nice little 9-yard gain all the way down to near the 40-yard line. Jermani Brown on that carry. He just put his head down and went hard.
Another shout-out right here, and this one really wants to go because I got about 7 of these, so I apologize. Like I said, we're doing a lot of shout-outs here tonight. And, yes, we are doing injured players. To answer your question, please shout out Nicholas Chittum, number 64. He's injured from AG, watching in Parker, Colorado.
Nice. Hyde getting flushed from the pocket. He puts his head down, makes it all the way to the sideline. Nice little gain, and picked up first down all the way down to the 33-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Boy, they're coming out hot this second half.
Yeah, good start.
There's an example of Hyde with that speed, the potential we talked about in the first half. Really a quick step to the outside, and he showed you what he could do.
I don't think that he can hide from the defenders.
Working on some puns there, aren't you?
He's here every Friday, folks.
I love it. Well, not every. We're going to do as many games as we can, but, like we said with our Director of Sports Technology, if this ever becomes a job and we don't want to be here, we're just not going to do the game. Can't do them all, right?
That is true.
We'd love to. We just got a lot of other priorities in life, right?
I don't really know what that definition job means. I just fly around. It's okay. I hope my boss isn't watching.
He's not watching. Another shout out right here to the entire Lions team and coaching staff. Pastor Ed Bryan, Senior from West Palm Beach, Florida. There you go, Pastor catching the game down in Florida.
Nice. Pretty close to the nice little complex the Cardinals have down there for preseason action.
Another shout out, another one here from Nick Chittum. Nick was the injured Lion here, number 64, from everyone catching you in Parker, Colorado. Shout out to all the Lehigh coaches for traveling out of state with the boys from Nishiquilo. Another one here. Good job, announcers. That's a simple one. I love it.
Thank you.
I love it. That's awesome. I love it. Thank you. Another one here. Oh, another one about the commentators. Appreciate the hard work. Love the commentators. Sometimes can be very biased. We love how you all are showing love to both teams. Keep up the great work. Thank you.
Well,
seriously, that's awesome.
We can add a little pandering here. It's been great having the Lutheran Lions here for night 1. And they've been great sportsmen, and at the same time, we wish them well and safe travels home after this evening as well. That's a long journey, and they've done it with a great deal of respect, and we appreciate that.
Coach Robbins does a good job with them boys.
No doubt. The injured player, Isaiah Rubio, he's walking gingerly off the field. Looks like lower body injury, left leg, left knee, somewhere around there. Could have been a cramp as well. Those cramps happen this time of year. It's hot. And the snap comes to Hyde. He's looking to throw once again. He's got a guy wide open, and it looked like the ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, we'd be counting 6 points more.
All right. Another shout out here. Shout out to all the people wondering how to do a shout out. There we go. I'll tell you what. So, folks, lower right-hand corner of the screen, I've been told it's hard to see that number. Our Director of Sports Technology, the genius, Brent Gossett, is going to fix that. Unfortunately, that is a text overlay. We will not have the ability to change that until a future contest. But once again, if you do want to give a shout out, the number up here in the booth, 314-497-3014. Once again, 314-497-3014. Thanks so much.
Hyde looking to throw. He's going deep down the left-hand side into double coverage, broken up. Intended receiver number 7, Jamar Cross. A little bit more on that ball, and we've been counting 6 again. Just underthrown by a smidge.
You know, Tick's he's gotten himself into some big plays tonight, got himself open. But there you saw a lot of hand fighting there towards the end of the play, and he just wasn't able to overcome it to get to the ball.
Another shout out to number 8, Jake Vandershow of the Lehigh Lions from friends in Castle Rock, Colorado.
That sounded like it was going to go to a new state, but it did
I
not.
was with you.
Yeah,
I was ready to pick up.
Castle Rock, Oregon.
Yeah.
You know?
There we go. Well, we've already got that down tonight,
We do.
too. So.
And Hyde's going to throw again. He's got the corner around on the opposite side. Boy, a lot of hand checking there, and it looks like we have an injured player down for the Cougars. Can't quite pick out who that is yet, but it's an incomplete pass.
Tough to see.
There's two different routes there that, you know, could go either way when it comes to, potential contact. In that situation, I think the thing that really needed to be looked at there is there was really no intent to make a play on the ball by the defender, but, that's the way it goes, and it was a 50-50 type of situation.
Yeah, I just kind of threw it up there. You're right. Hey, do we have California yet?
We do not.
Oh, mark it down. Here we go.
Ba-zing.
Love it. Shout out to Lutheran High School. Number 52, Cameron Hatton. That's Lutheran High School, Parker. Number 52, Cameron Hatton, from his sister, Kyra, and it could be Kira. Apologize. And Natalia in Malibu, California.
Nice.
There we go, Malibu.
It's gorgeous there every day.
Darn right. If Oregon's gorgeous 365, how many days is it gorgeous in Malibu, California?
Well, I think the deciding factor there is to look at the cost of living, but
Hey, you are at the beach.
I'm a practical guy.
Okay.
I do love a beach.
There you go. Who doesn't?
4th and 10 for the Cougars. We have wideouts on both sides. We have a lone back. Hyde is getting the snap here in just a few seconds. He's looking to the right, across the middle. He tried to put that right through the needle, and it just did not work. Broken up. Lions are going to take it over on downs. They're going to be 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line.
Shout out to number 22, Nathan Carrillo from Lutheran High School, from Connor P. and Bowman. Another shout out to Landon Mrozek, number 72. Wish I could be there. Play hard and have fun, from Grandpa in Costa Rica.
Nice.
You got to be kidding me. We're just ringing them up, man.
Nice.
This is awesome.
This is tonight solely will beat the statistics from last year, I think.
It's either an anomaly, I don't know. We're going to have to do some regression analysis on what that means.
You might have to book these Lutheran Lions again. They have a good draw.
No doubt, man.
Ratings.
Draw is wide.
Any guesses on the number of states and the number of countries?
16 and 6.
Douglas?
I'm going to go. We've got about 18 states and 7 countries.
14 and 5.
Oh, close. All right. Would you count the USA as a country? Bingo. See, I was counting
Why
that.
would we count the states and also the country?
We're going to double count.
There's no double
it's
counting.
a permutation, not a combination.
Can't-
Okay, come on now.
Can't
all right?
double dip the chip. That's a reference that went over our younger viewers'
A little
heads.
bit, a little bit. Another shout out for Landon Rozek, number 72. Go Landon, keep it up, rooting for you from Tia Arroyo from Grande, California.
Cramps are really starting to set in for both teams, really. We've seen it more on the Cougars. You know, they've had luckily, the Lions got to fly in here yesterday. The Cougars, on the other hand, now, a little bit different practicing in this heat of Missouri all week where we've been experiencing.
We haven't been practicing.
Oh, no.
Until late at night. It's been a little goofy, yeah.
This is information only the head of schools would be able to divulge. I'm appreciative for
fair.
that.
Yeah, fair.
That is fair.
Doug, while we have an injury timeout here with some cramping going on with some of the Cougar players, tell us a little bit about the school and enrollment and just what you guys are doing here at Lutheran High School in St. Peters.
No, it's a good year, good start. We have 460 kids. That's our largest enrollment ever. You know, a lot of people are asking, boy, what's the capacity at Lutheran High? There's hallways are filled, and yes, they are. Our capacity is 550. So 460 right now, but it does feel very, very, very busy. It looks busy on drop-off in the morning. 160 new students, 142 of those are freshmen and 18 transfers into Lutheran High. So 160 new students of those 460. So it's been a good start to the year and a fun start to the year for our faculty and staff and obviously all of our students as well. It's been fun. It's been awesome.
So, Doug, what are types of things that you do here at the school that do that legacy thing you were talking about earlier?
Boy, that's a great question. Well, I think it starts and stops with some people always ask, what's the best thing to do at Lutheran High? And I guarantee you're going to get the same answer at Lutheran Parker that you would here at Lutheran High School St. Charles. The best thing that we do is that we develop young men and women and give them an opportunity to grow in their faith. And when you're growing in your faith, that's how you're ultimately going to grow your legacy, is growing in your faith.
Absolutely. Evan Holdridge on the carry picks up 8 yards. A nice little end-around run there. It's going to be 2nd down and 1. He actually picked up 9 yards on that last play.
When you run behind a guy like Sawyer Wald, these are important snaps for Evan.
Right.
As a true freshman to get out there. Oh, big hit.
Well, number 18's in for the quarterback position, Jack Wesolowski, and he just threw a screen up, and, the Cougars kind of had that one sniffed out. Nailed him, incomplete pass. It's going to be 3rd down and 1.
I think the young Evan Holdridge appreciated the target but would have liked it a little bit more of a direct delivery before getting walloped there by Jermani Brown.
Yeah, Jermani did a nice job, nice beeline on that ball, was sitting back in his zone and saw the floodgates release with the lineman coming at him, fought through the clutter and made a nice play on the ball.
It looks like going under center, trying to get that extra yard or two for 1st down, and I think the Cougars are going to stand up to this. They're not going to get it.
They let that one progress and unfold maybe a little too long. It looked like the forward momentum had been stopped for a bit, but Cougars kept and held their ground.
So it's going to be 4th down and 1. Perhaps a 12 or 11 cutback trap will allow them to get a few yards here, but we will see exactly what they have up their sleeve. Parker High School from Parker, Colorado, Lutheran High School from Parker, Colorado, with Jack Wesolowski. He's up under center. He's backing off now into the shotgun formation. The junior is getting signals from the sideline. Hands it off, keeps it. Looky there. Quarterback going up the sidelines. He's got one person to beat. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. Happy end zone. Touchdown.
Boy, nice play. He just kind of sold out on that. Hadn't seen him pull it like that before. He did a nice job right there. Nice play.
Coach Robbins has got quite the depth situation at quarterback there.
No doubt.
How exciting for young Wesolowski. He's a junior, and he takes that one all the way 60-plus yards. He just faked the handoff, hit the outside hole, and was not going to be denied. That was pretty cool to see. Congratulations, young man.
And before the game started, I was seeing the warm-ups here, and both of those quarterbacks for the Lions were just airing it out 45 yards in the air on a dime. I don't think that they have any lack of options in that position.
No, certainly don't. Certainly don't. All right, good to see another Cougar be able to pounce up off the field here. Another shout-out. Shout-out to the announcers. You guys are great. Thanks for positive comments for both teams. Have a great season from a Lions grandfather.
Thank you.
Another shout-out to Nick Moore from Nana in Parker, Colorado. We love you. Go Cougars. Here we go. Go Cougars. Shout-out to number 76, Bryce Sieveking. Love Aunt Sarah and Uncle Josh. All right. Woo-hoo. Good to have Bryce over at Lutheran High this year. Came in after last year and his first year of football this year. I love seeing Bryce. And he's also just a polite young man in the hallways. He's always smiling. You know, I asked him here early last week, how's the school year going? Love it. Got a 2-word answer. It's a good answer.
Concise.
Love it.
Andrew Long ready to take the snap. Snap's good. Kicks up, and it is good as well. Extra point makes this contest 56-6 with 4:11 left in the third quarter.
Do we have Louisiana yet?
We do not.
Mark it down. Shout out to Sawyer Wall, number 30 from Gigi in Louisiana. Well, I tell you, it is interesting tonight not having the PA system going on. You know, I mean, again, we just don't have one because it's hot. I didn't know that was a thing, that it could not work because it's so hot outside. So that's a first.
Well, when the temperature got up to, I believe the feels like that I saw was 118 today for anybody that's not in this area watching the broadcast. So when you see these kids going down with cramps tonight, you know why.
It's warm. And quite honestly, right now, it's getting to be pretty comfortable.
I think we might have lost our breeze a little bit, but the temperature is dropping now that the sun went down.
You know, about this time, about last year when we were in Parker, Colorado, the rain was just about ending there in the middle of that third quarter. So remember, we had some rain we were dealing with, and then we were able to bring the broadcast back.
From the 10-yard line, number 2 cutting it up the middle to the outside. That's Jalen Bush. Nice little return all the way out to the 31, 32-yard line. We'll take 22 yards on the kickoff return. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Cougars on their own 32-yard line.
Now, Doug, in this situation, we've got ourselves a 56-6 game. We want to get some of these younger players important snaps, but at what point do they start going down the depth chart here as well?
I think both teams probably will as the game kind of continues to progress here. Obviously, the Lions already have it. The Lions have a much deeper sideline than the Cougars as well. So your depth, you might be playing a second, third, even a fourth stringer in some positions for the Lutheran Lions. They brought a heck of a large team out here to St. Charles tonight. So good to get them an opportunity. They travel all the way out here, and whether mom and dad are watching at home or watching from here in the stands, good to see them get some action.
And the Lions were stunting both of the linebackers, and looks like we had a little bit of jumpiness, if you will, or jumping. That's probably the better term. Correct me on my grammar, would you please?
That's not going to be me correcting that.
All righty, so we had the Lions jump.
Leave that alone.
We actually had the Cougars jump on that one.
5
5-yard penalties going back. 1st and 15.
And as the Cougars are in line, let's get a couple more shout-outs here. Shout out to number 25 of the Lehigh Lions, Micah Dooley from family in Parker. Great job in the booth. Thank you. We appreciate that. Shout out to Kale, number 54. Go Lions. Love Mom. It's pretty cool to watch your kid play sports, especially football, but every sport. Watch them compete.
Linebackers, once again, are stunting. Hyde's got to be flushed out of the pocket. He's directing traffic. Oh! Nice little pitch and catch there, but 22, he just looked like he wanted to run upfield before he caught that ball. And what usually happens, Jay Sean Richmond, when that occurs is you drop the ball.
Yeah, I tell you what, I think he was thinking about running there with that rock right before he caught it.
Look it to the hands. Look it to the hands.
So we have a running clock, 1:52 left in the third quarter. It's 56-6 right now. Lehigh from Parker, Colorado. They have taken control of this game basically from the very first drive, and they continue. And it's nice to see that both teams are competing yet. It's 2nd and 15 for the Cougars. Hyde is lined up in the backfield. He's going to air this one out more than likely. He's got 4 receivers and 1 running back to help protect him. Looks like the Lions are wanting to bring some heat with the linebackers. He throws underneath, bounces off the chest, and incomplete. It's going to be 3rd and 15.
That ball probably could have been caught right there. Might have been a modest gain, but nevertheless, you'd rather have a 3rd and 10 than a 3rd and 15 here. Another couple shout-outs. Let's give a shout-out to my buddy, Randy Roshek. Love you, buddy. Absolutely. I'll give a shout-out to Randy Roshek right there with you and the Roshek family. Thank you so much for catching the action tonight. Another one. Thanks to the godly men in the booth for keeping things positive in both directions while supporting your school. That's pretty cool. Thank you.
That's very cool.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So that is the first time I might have been called that. I like that.
What a nice guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Godly man. That sounded cool.
Okay.
Like that. I think just guilty by association.
Yeah,
but
I tell you, when
you
you're-
guys are rubbing off on me. I like it.
When you're around Brian, you know.
It's a ministry.
Yeah.
It is.
We're cleverly disguised.
It's outreach.
Here we go. Hyde's going deep. He's got a man, and
that's
that
gonna be
is
pass
going to be
interference.
pass interference. He didn't turn his head around, and
Yeah.
that's just going to be an easy flag. So the Cougars going to get a first down out of this one. Yes, Doug?
Yeah, that'll be a definite first down. Yep.
I think Evan Mackay was trying to plead his case there on the coverage, but there wasn't much to plead when
No,
you didn't even know where the ball was.
Yeah, definitely pass interference. And as we go to the fourth quarter, let's keep going with these shout-outs. We just definitely want to get these on the air here. Shout-out to number 24, the X, Xavier, from Grandma and Grandpa Zeeble in Aurora, Colorado. Another one, shout-out to Micah, number 25, from Grams and Gramps in Pennsylvania. Mark it down, Pennsylvania. PA. Another one here, shout-out to Luhigh Parker, sophomore transfer Jonas Burcham, traveling with the team and acting. He's helping out tonight as a water boy at Hot and Humid, Missouri. Family cheering on from Highlands Ranch, Colorado. Nice. Love it. Another one, shout out to Garrett Schmidt, number 74, from Mom, Dad, and Nala. Go Lions. Oh, here's another one. We got another new state. Love it. I'm so excited to be able to watch my grandson, number 25, Micah Dooley, from Charleston, South Carolina. What a beautiful area.
That is
yes.
gorgeous.
Charleston is awesome. Charleston is awesome.
We're excited to have her watch, too.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I was just in Colorado visiting and got to watch him at practice. Absolutely. Shout out to watch this game tonight. And that's why we're doing this up here. This is fun. This
It is
seriously-
very
it's
fun.
awesome. Like you used the word ministry earlier, Brian, is yes, both these schools are ministries to young men and women, but then being able to extend that and have families who live far away, if not countries away, be able to watch their loved ones be able to play a game, whether it's you're a Lutheran High Cougar or a Lutheran High Lion. I think that's a lot of fun. It's awesome.
There is no doubt about that, and I love the aspect of being able to proclaim the name of Jesus over the radio waves, YouTube waves, these waves.
You know, this T-shirt gun that we've been getting in the breaks is a new crowd favorite. I saw a swarm of kids.
Oh, boy. I tell you, look at all these
falling
kids.
up and
look,
down.
Look at all these little, 10-year-olds running around. There's like 50 of them following Reggie. You know, it's that, we've nicknamed that, pardon me, that robot Reggie.
I think Reggie could make it up here in the booth if we actually told him where to aim.
Reggie can make it up here. They can shoot hot dogs. Reggie can shoot hot dogs all the way up here up on the booth up to the third story.
That would be a nice delivery system if we could. That's like DoorDash for us.
DoorDash. Well, don't challenge the Roboteers because they'll put DoorDash together themselves. I love
They
it.
might put DoorDash out of business the way they
possible.
move. It is possible.
Yeah, it totally is.
All right, beginning of the fourth quarter, 56-6. Lutheran High Lions over to Lutheran High Cougars. First and 10 from the 41-42 line of the Lutheran High Cougars. Hyde's getting flushed out of the pocket, getting chased pretty heavily, and he wisely decides to keep it. Gains a couple of yards, had to run 48 yards to gain 2, but nonetheless, it'll be second down and 8.
I think that depth battle that we were talking about on the offensive and defensive line for the Cougars is starting to come into play here as we see that pocket collapse more and more frequently, and Hyde's going to have to use those feet here in the last 12 minutes of this game.
Mm-hmm. Another shout out here. Happy 16th birthday again to Riley Robbins from her family in Dallas, Texas. Robbins family, we referenced it earlier here. Obviously, Stephen and Rochelle, head coach and athletic administrator for the Lutheran High Lions, and Kelly Robbins, now Limbeck, in Seward, Nebraska. Nate Robbins played football with Nate. When I say I played football with Nate, I was on the team. Nate actually played, for the Concordia Bulldogs. I was on the team. I was a pretty good practice player.
Hey.
But Nate was
We need
Well,
PPs.
He was all conference, He's a
Yeah.
good player. Real
I wonder
good player.
I wonder if Riley got a car today. It's her 16th birthday.
I don't know. I'll tell you what. Could be.
I mean, she probably went and purchased it, but I'm not saying she was given one. Is what I'm
Right.
saying. We shouldn't assume things. I'm just 16's a big date.
Oh, my goodness. We have another country.
No.
Seriously. This is awesome. This is literally awesome. I love it. Shout out to Alex Zakim. For the Lions, your dad is watching from the military barracks in Afghanistan.
Yeah,
That is awesome.
That's great.
That is
I mean,
awesome.
well, number one, thank you for your service. Thank you.
Definitely.
God bless you
Absolutely.
for your service and all of our military, whether at home or abroad. Thank you very much for your service to our country. But that is awesome to be able to bring this game, to be able to watch your son play
It definitely
from overseas.
definitely solidifies what we're doing up here, and that's cool.
Hyde going deep, across the middle, just short. It's going to be 3rd down and 8. That was just a little bit of a miscommunication on that one. Didn't quite lead him enough. It's 56-6. Clock's running. 11:46 left in this ball game. It's going to be 3rd and 7.
Now it almost looks like Cameron Hatton got in there into the pocket and put a hand across Aiden's arm there. He couldn't deliver full power to that pass. That's what left it a little short.
Well, speaking of Cameron Hatton, it's funny you mentioned Cameron Hatton. This must be a
Right
God.
on
This
cue.
must be a God thing. Literally, I just got the text here. Shout out to number 52, Cameron Hatton, from again Kyra, Adrian, and Natalia, watching from the beach in Malibu. Didn't we say the Malibu earlier? We were talking about Malibu, California.
Yeah.
Here we are. They didn't hear it the first shout out we did a little bit ago. They're hearing the second one, watching from the beach in Malibu.
I kind of want a
Awesome.
picture of the beach. Can they text a picture of the beach?
We're not going there, but
Yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah.
awesome.
That gives me God bumps, Doug.
Absolutely.
Nice little throw, little in and out, up the sidelines, overthrown. It's going to be 4th down. Timing starts working for these guys. They're going to start putting up some big points later in the year. Just got to get the timing down a little bit.
Well, it looks like in that situation, Ja'Shawn Richmond, he was on the right route, but if he runs that in the first quarter, it's a completion. But here in the fourth quarter with this heat,
This juice. You don't
just
quite
didn't have the
juice,
same energy.
right?
You can tell he's frustrated coming out of that play, too.
Shout out Coach McGuckin and Dane from Mom and Sam. Love y'all. Go Jack from Arizona. Do we have Arizona yet?
Yes, we do.
Oh, okay. Well, we got another Arizona as we come up on this 4th down with 10 minutes left in this football game. Do we have Wisconsin yet?
We do not.
Okay, I'm going to mark it down, and we're going to say it here. We're going to give it the respect that this young man deserves, and we're going to be able to say that after this 4th down play.
Hides in shotgun. He's got multiple receivers. Trips to the near side. He's going right up the middle. That was a miscommunication. He cut one way and the ball went the other. It's going to be 1st down to Lutheran High Lions from Parker, Colorado, going to take over on downs in their Cougar territory at about the 44-yard line. Be interesting to see what they draw up here. Are they going to try and get some reps with the younger guy to start throwing the ball around, or are they going to hand the ball off and see what happens?
I think if the score was a little closer, you might see that ball get tossed around. But I think in this situation, you might see decorum take hold where it's going to be a lot of running back draws.
Well, we have a new quarterback in, gentlemen. Number 12, Eli Abramson. He is a sophomore. He's going to go out there and lead this team, see what happens. And looks like we're going to have a timeout on the field. Got another injured player down. The cramping is taking hold, boys.
So we were talking earlier about somebody from Wisconsin here, giving a shout-out to Cale Bashar, Grandma and Grandpa watching from Wisconsin. Another ones, go Nathan Carrillo, number 22 from the Weavers in Castle Pines, Colorado. I do not know where Castle Pines is. I'm going to look that one up on the map tonight. I got to learn that one. Great job in the booth, guys. Shout out to my grandson, Alex Akeem, number 79. Oh, I'm going to try this one. From his Jiddo, which is Arabic for grandpa. Is that right?
That's cool.
Is that right?
I don't
Jiddo?
know.
Brian,
I don't know how
don't
to
you-
pronounce that.
I don't know.
I don't know that one, but that's awesome.
That is very awesome.
From, guess where they're at? Lebanon.
Wow.
Lebanon.
Wow.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, in Lebanon. I mean, my guess is there hasn't been a lot of opportunities to watch your grandson play, so we are glad and awesome that we can help bring this to you tonight, and hopefully the Lions can do the same thing throughout their season and have some live action for you and some commentators like we have here at Lutheran High.
Well, the fact that they woke up at 3:30 a.m. to watch this game is impressive. Yes, I checked it.
Yes, I tell you what. Another one here. Shout out to number 66, Ryan Feldhake. Grandpa loves you. Stay safe. You know, interesting thing about Ryan Feldhake. So we practiced on Thursday morning. The kids did. So I was here walking around the track doing my usual 4 or 5 miles in the morning, and I walk in about 5:15. Ryan Feldhake is waiting there to go into practice. They practiced at 5:30, and he was waiting to get the door. And he goes, "Dr. Coleman, I'm going to stand here and hold the door for the rest of the team." Held the door for the whole team.
That's
It was,
awesome.
I mean, I was just like, what? I mean, he just could have let the door, go and walked on in, but he just stood there and waited. Good family, good kid, holding the door, and he's standing there waiting for everybody.
Look at that servant leadership at a young age.
Right?
Abramson takes care of the low snap, is able to hand it off very quickly to Evan Holdridge, a freshman. Ends up getting surrounded by a few Cougars, loses a few yards. It's going to be 2nd and 14.
Joe Roach with a nice sack on that play. Busts into the backfield and makes it his.
Also have another sophomore in here. Number 22 is a back, Nathan Carrillo. He's lined up right next to the quarterback, and they got a couple of receivers near side and far side. Nice pass across the
boy.
middle. Wow, that was a
Man.
bullet.
Seriously. That's
All the
like
way
the
out to
fourth
number-
quarterback.
Yes, number 27, Nate Ostentowski.
Man.
He had a nice reception.
Yeah.
You know,
Wow.
Abramson, he's got the look, too. I mean, he's not a small-bodied kid. And, only being a sophomore, he could really put on some pounds and turn into something here as well. Not that there are two juniors in front of him or anything to shake a stick at.
So it's going to be 3rd down and about 5, almost 6 yards. Abramson takes the snap. It's low. He's looking left. He's get flushed out of the pocket. He's putting his jets on. He's running, lowers his head, gets a couple yards. It's going to be 4th and 4.
That was a heavy hit, and I'm just glad everybody got up off the turf after that
Yeah,
one.
that was a good hit. And we got another shout out here from somebody watching from Nevada, from Las Vegas. Go Cougars from Las Vegas. Love it.
The running Rebels.
If you think about Las Vegas, you think about Parker, Colorado, you think about Lutheran High School here, you got another great Lutheran High School, Faith Lutheran in Las Vegas, and, undoubtedly those are 3 of the top, 10 high schools, Lutheran high schools in the United States. So, you couple those 3 with some, Orange County in California and Fort Wayne, and just take your pick down the mark. But just the growth that especially Parker and we have had here over the last few years is, just a great thing to see.
Another Cougar down here.
Another one. Shout out to number 22, Nathan Carrillo. Your mom and dad are watching from the border of Mexico.
Ooh.
They stepped across the line. I think you can count it.
Can we
Yeah,
count?
yeah.
Can we count that? Absolutely, right?
If they're looking across the border, it definitely
it counts.
counts.
You're close enough, right?
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, if my mom is up in Washington,
Canada.
she can.
close.
You can count Canada. I mean, because it's about 4 miles.
She didn't mention it, though.
She didn't have to, because I know where they live. I've been there before.
You get dual citizenship.
Hey.
Eh.
Shout out. Let's go. Number 12, Eli. X's family is rooting from you.
That's awesome.
Good team camaraderie.
Shout out again to Nick Parks. We're proud of him. Very good, absolutely.
Now, Doug, after a night like this, do the Cougars come back tomorrow morning, check over the film, and rehash what they're going to do going into next week? Or what's the schedule look like in a situation like this?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, I think it'll be one where they're going to watch film together or they're going to watch it individually and kind of, lick the wounds. And you got to get ready on Monday, because coming right back, the Cougars have a trip across the state of Missouri to go to, I believe it's Summit Christian, a team that I'm not real familiar with, next Friday night. So
Hit the ice baths in the morning,
I think
boys.
that's probably a good idea.
Can't stay sore long.
I jumped in my pool at my house last night, and I thought, this is going to be so refreshing. When I jumped in, I almost got out because it was so scalding hot.
What was it reading?
I don't know.
90-ish?
Hot. We'll
Yeah,
call it hot,
hot.
man. It was bad.
Hot.
About 10 o'clock last night when I got home, it was pretty miserable.
I got into that sauna the other night that I've got. It doesn't take long to heat up when it's already 100 degrees outside at 9 o'clock at night.
That's about right.
Got to about 2:05 before I called it a day. It was warm. It was warm.
Shout out here. like to give a shout out to number 23, Joey Wolf from Lehigh Parker, from mom and dad in Highlands Ranch, Colorado.
I love Colorado's city names.
It makes it sound like I want to look it up.
It's just awesome.
I agree.
Highland Ranch. I kind of want to see what it looks like.
Missouri, Wentzville.
You know, one of the prettiest towns I've ever seen was out there on the north side of Denver, Erie, Colorado. Very pretty.
Absolutely. As Cougars take over, Jamani Brown picks up about 3 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 7. Cougars going to continue to pound the ball hard. 6:16 left in this ball game. Lutheran High of Parker, Colorado is up by 50. And we do have a new quarterback. We got number 24 leading our team right now, and Anthony Peebles. Check that out. How cool is Anthony Peebles? He's going to get the snap. He has it. He almost takes the handoff, and he cuts to the left side, picks up about 3 or 4 yards, and good tackle. He had a lot of room in front of him, but number 28, Evan Holdridge, he came up, true freshman, and was able to make the tackle from behind. It's 3rd and 5.
A similar situation here. We have Anthony Peebles coming in, another sophomore for the Cougars. They've got a lot to build on here over the next couple of years at the quarterback position.
A couple more shout-outs here, kind of rounding out our night. Shout-out to number 22, Nathan Carrillo from Pacific Cove. Auntie and uncle from Colorado, Pacific Cove.
All right, nice handoff to number 5, Jamani Brown, and he gets taken down right at the line of scrimmage. Actually, he may have lost a yard or so. It's going to be 4th down and 6 yards to go. Cougars are gassed, guys. The Cougars are gassed.
Well, again, you know, we looked at those numbers earlier, and we were talking about it kind of before we got on air here, and just, you know, Parker has a lot more depth, just straight number of players than the Cougars do, and especially when it's as warm as it is. Like one of our folks just texted in about keeping everybody safe, and I think at the end of the day, we haven't seen any major injuries, which is great.
People's looking to throw. He throws it across the middle, and it's an incomplete pass. Could have been some type of a flag thrown on that one, but I think late in the ball game, and the score the way it is, it's going to not be a flag, and the Lions are going to take over on downs. They'll have 1st and 10 from the Cougars' 42-yard line.
So I looked down the sideline here, guys, and I told you about him earlier, Doug. Daniel Powell down here, number 77. He just put his helmet on. He might get in the game here as a sophomore. He's a big man, and if he can get them feet moving and the game plan down, he's going to be a force up on that line here in a couple years.
Yeah, he's a good kid. Hey, we got to give another shout-out up here to Zach Rosema. He's doing the helping us out with the broadcast, doing the camera work for us. I told him, I said, hey, stop by my office. I'm going to give you lunch free for the week. And he says, where's your office?
You might not. You
got to learn where my office is, you know?
That's great that he's never seen it. And
True.
He also has his priorities straight. You know what? I'm definitely taking you up on that.
You should, absolutely.
He said something to me at halftime that I don't know if I should share or not. He said, you know, I really enjoy working this camera. It's kind of cool. So,
really?
Yeah,
well, I'll tell you what. Next Friday, we're going to Kansas City. I'll get you out of class. We're leaving about 10:30, okay?
Get
How do you feel about that? You good with that?
Thumbs up. He's probably going to get free lunch again, too.
Jake Wesolowski gives a handoff to number 15, Nicholas Park, who adds about a yard. It's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know who we should give a shout-out to? Underappreciate Brent Gossick, everybody.
Another one, yeah, Brent Gossett, our Director of Sports Technology here. He's giving us a thumbs up. I don't know if that's I'm ready to go home because I'm really hot, or he literally means welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
He's like, enough's enough, guy. It's week 1.
So Wesolowski under center, actually shotgun. He pitches the ball out to the right-hand side. In the back, number 44, Isaiah Nagao, takes the ball to the right-hand side, picks up about 3 or 4 yards. It's going to be 3rd down and about 5 for the Lions, and they line up here. They're taking their time on getting the play in, and rightfully so.
Well, we had some dirty laundry on the field there, so we're going to march that ball up. You know what's impressive? A third-string quarterback, he timed that option to a T.
So
that was
actually,
amazing.
It was actually a pass.
It was a
It
pass.
should go down as a pass. It was actually a forward pass. It was a forward shovel.
The shovel.
Which goes down as a
It
pass.
looked real close, but man,
he was definitely across the line.
he definitely got that out right in the nick of time, though. It was well planned.
So let's hope the Lions stat guys get him down for a completed pass there.
He's
for
in the
about
book.
6 yards.
Wesolowski hands off. The running back gets about a yard. It's going to be second down and 9. That was actually number 22 for the Lions. That's Nathan Carrillo. And here he is. We got a new running back into the game right now. Isaiah Nagao also is in the backfield right now. They're just rolling players in and out, bringing into plays. They're checking it out on the sidelines, trying to get the play called in right now. Number 18, Wesolowski, as a quarterback. He's a junior. He's in shotgun. He's got plenty of receivers. Low snap. Busted play. He's going to try and run out to the left side. He got chased out of the pocket, got chased out of bounds at the 21-yard line. No gain. It's going to be third down. 56 seconds left in this ball game. The Lutheran High Parker, Colorado team is up 56
I'm
to
guessing
6.
they just take a knee here and take another knee, and this game's going to be over. Do have a couple more shout-outs here to get in. Squeeze them in. Shout-out to number 59, Dan Nault from Aurora, Colorado. Exciting to see you play from Mom and Dad. Also, one here. Great commentating, great camera work. We appreciate that. By the way, you have an international player at Lou High. Parker's number is 52. Cameron Hatton, who has dual citizenship and is British-American. He chose American football over rugby.
Wow.
Interesting.
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool. That's awesome.
There you go, the final snap.
Well, just like we said, take a knee here.
That's why you're interim head of schools. You have that foresight.
You just know, right?
You have that foresight.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us tonight. It's been a pleasure being able to bring this broadcast to you. Lutheran High, Parker, Colorado, 56. Lutheran High, St. Charles, 6. So long.